everybody back over here. I'm wondering why it said it was private. So, okay, I think it's actually going now. Fuck's sake, man. YouTube has just really been getting weird lately. Okay, now it looks like that's working. Pretty sure we got sounds. Yep. Alright. Alright, now we're back to where we're supposed to be. Holy crap. So, welcome everybody, and thank you for following Ricard EB Ricard Ricard. Anyway, hey, what's up? Yeah, I don't know why it selected the wrong stream when I told it not to do that, but that's what it did. I think it's because of the way one of my plugins is working now. It may not be paying attention to the right shit, but I will have to pay more attention to that because, of course, when I started today, everything was all fucked up anyway. So, what's going on, everybody? So we had some of the early crew in here as usual. We had Gassy Masher, Franco Walker's in there, Andy P. I forget who else was early because everything reset. David Garcia, Mr. Egg Cake, TJ. Who else can I see from what's left back there? Did I say Mr. Egg Cake? I think I said it. There's Bafama, there's a Lori in there. We got Zap Sparky, Andy P, Kevin Hardesty, our queen Liz Edwards is here. What's up, Slippy Fish? Rusty B, Jacques Attack, C2S. Appreciate y'all's patience on getting this up matter sorted out. Anyway, what's up, Red Dwarfer? And Dutch Taurus. Rick, what's up? Yeah, we got it. We got it. Sorry about all that chaos. That was weird. Anyway, just so you know, soon enough we'll we're skipping the phone call today for just reasons. But later we're going to have a poll later on today to completely random just to check in to see how many people pee in the shower. What's up, Chris? Clive C, Joe Russ, Peter Ferguson, scrolling down. Steve Adlers, what's up, boink? Either way, we'll do the VertoThermoWhoofle here in a few minutes. Backlights on. Good call. Good call there, Gavin. Hold on. Let's get that. Man, it has just been a lot of problems at the beginning of the streams lately. I thought I had all this shit ironed out. Crusher, what's up? Yay, YouTube works. Appreciate the support for 12 months. Yeah, I think we got everything here. I think we're all right. Christ. And I remember to turn the thermometer, well, the temperature thing on, the scale on, so on the fucking thermal camera, so I think we're all right. Spark, ooh, why don't I see that here? Sparks, what's up? The question is, who waffle stomps in the shower? Oh, yeah, I think that's waffle stomps. I believe that's more of an incarceration kind of thing. But then again, you never know there, Sparks. You never know. And I appreciate the 21 months of support, so cheers to that. Actually, why don't we go ahead and do a quick toast? Appreciate everybody hanging out and sorting out this chaos this evening on the YouTube side, while everyone on Twitch just sit there and went, what the fuck? But yeah, cheers. Can see who sent the chat because the one, what's in the way? Can see who sent the chat because the orange green chat. Which chat? Peeing in the tub, making a fountain. Well, yeah, it's auxiliary water source, you know. What's up, PW? Water armor, Hey, just go ahead and spell it out, baby. When we talk about all kinds of shit here, so don't even worry about trying to be coy. Water sports. I mean, we're talking golden showers. I mean, what, a couple weeks ago, someone came into Twitch and was saying something about big floppy, well, it was all, shit, man, hold on. Someone came in here, was trying to talk about little ding-dongs flopping around. We started talking about the Fist of Adonis and big floppy, just big old floppy rubber things. So, yeah, it don't matter. What do you got? What do you got? There it is. Anyway, a boiled egg, and I actually haven't had boiled eggs in a while. What I would usually do if I know I'm going to make like boiled eggs, one, you make them if you got an electric kettle, put them in an electric kettle. Works great. Put them in there with cold water, drop it in, boil it. Once it boils, let it sit for another 5 minutes, then just drain them, take them out. And then I go to, what I'll do is if I know I'm making eggs for breakfast when I go to rural farms, I will pick up their, what is it? I think they call it their Southwest sauce. But, like that Southwest ranch stuff, basically orange, a little slightly spicy ranch dressing. Usually has some like chive shit going on in it. Eat that and dip your hard-boiled eggs in it, and it tastes like a slightly tangy, slightly spicy fucking like deviled egg thing. Like, the thing you make when you put the mustard and the paprika. Almost tastes exactly like it. Love that stuff. Definitely should try it. I was calling you an asshole on both streams until you actually started. Well, yeah, who, me? Oh, of course I'm an asshole. We all know that. Big Hooters. Okay, Hooters are good. Is Rob here? Oh, there's Rob. What's up, buddy? We'll have Rob here, and I guess we'll probably do that, about, yeah, we usually do that an hour after he starts. We'll do that about 6. At least I remember to cue that up. Got that music queued up, so. We're not doing too bad. That sounded really turned down because it was. What was that? Give a toast from a computer too slow, also known as C2S. What do I want to do a toast to? Scooters, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a second. Hope you're doing all right. Let's do a toast to people who don't drool on themselves. So, toast to half-intelligent people and up. Not toast dumb people. Yeah. Cheers. I don't fucking know. If the white is rubbery, they're way overcooked. Again, we could be talking about a big old floppy thing here, Do a toast to things we've all forgotten. I forgot what that was, though. We can't toast the forgotten things unless we remember them, man. Oh, here you go. Before everybody leaves. Who can tell me what the... Well, okay. Obviously, you'll know, like, what kind of thing this is, but who can tell me why this is such an interesting thing for me to have? Somebody might be able to put 2 and 2 together if you're very detail-oriented. So who can tell me anything of a story behind this little fella that I'm keeping forever? Cooking your floppy thing could be painful. Yes, Red Dwarfer. Remember, never stick your finger anywhere you wouldn't stick your willy. See, timing... It was stuck, wasn't it, says Chris. Yes, it was stuck at one point. It's a worm gear. Locke says that is the gear you were looking for. Actually, no, I wasn't looking for it. I just happened to find it. Any orange stuff? Is that from the motor in it? Which motor? There's that. Not from our motor, no. I might have the other one, gear. Yeah, you never know. I mean, if you want to pull it out of that thing, the other one is not an easy gear to remove, that's for sure. I will stick my willy more or less anywhere, says DC Allen. Well, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, what did it Ed say? A cam cog. That is not from a cam gear. Oh, TJ, wait. Is that the one you used the blue wrench on in the Amazon parking lot? Yes. Yes, it is, TJ. This is the gear that got me banned from here. I'm actually wearing an Amazon shirt from there. But yes, I found this and I went, oh, because I always keep them because they're hot as shit. I found it and I know it was the last one. But yes, this is the gear that got me banned. I'm going to like make a trophy out of the fucking thing or something. All right, what's time for fire? Hold on, let me scratch my head. There we go. All right, where's that at? All right, thermal can. Did I hit the button? Yes, I did. Okay, here we go. Number one. One for Freddy. Ooh, recalibrate. Freddy? Ah, you can barely see Freddy up there. Huh. See if I can set Chad on fire. And wee. There's a lot of fire in chat, huh? My monitor's on fire. Ooh. Click, 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 click. All right, and hey, I'm not. How is that cold? I haven't actually like done it. I don't know. That's weird. No, wait a minute. What about that one? Oh, that's even worse. All right. Clickety clickety on back. Is that right? That is right. All right, let me scroll back up here. Liz gets excited by fire easily, quickly. He says, "Follow my yes." That is just fine. Oink. August 1st egg prices still $13.22 or 22 cents an egg if you buy 60 eggs from Walmart. Good lord, that's a couple of eggs. Benji wanted to know if we have anything orange. Do we have anything new that's orange? I have cookies, but those aren't orange. This isn't necessarily new. I mean, you know it's red, but this is going to be going with my new Pew Pew, because that's pretty much exactly what these are good for. I guess that's about it. I mean, like, I got the orange, you know, my usual Gatorade lid. That's pretty standard issue. So that's all we have for that. It's getting hot in here. Yes, it is, PW. Yes, it is. Graham Shaw, what's up, bud? Got me a tool top, 692C thermal camera the other day. The user manual is in Chinese, and I can't find an English online one. Is there any YouTube videos that just show somebody using it? Ooh. Sorry, a little itchy. OSHA here, we're gonna have to shut you down. Now, this is not an OSHA regulated site, so we can play with our fire resistant treated ceiling and our little woofle balls of fun. Nice here down to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, low humidity. It's about 80 out today. I'm gonna be outside doing a shitload of yard work tomorrow. I gotta catch up on a bunch of stuff. Got a couple pictures rolling in from people as well. Google Translate. What do we Google? Oh, for the Google Translate might help for the manual. Might give you just enough to get you somewhere, especially if anything on it is English. I imagine, like, is there an app? Is that a standalone? Actually, Graham Shaw, is that a standalone camera or like a plug it into something camera? Like, is there any English like one like in menus? Like, does it have menus or is it just something that plugs into something? Yes, I could just watch those, but it'd be nice to have a manual. Oh, well, yeah. Well, in that case, man, like, you may have to do what some of us do and just watch it with a pen and paper and make your own manual. Done that quite a few times. All right, everybody. Cheers. Grab a shot, grab a smoke, grab a puff, do a thing, pinch a nipple, scratch your butt, whatever you want to do. Have a cheers and thanks for hanging out. Standalone handheld. Poke around in it, watch some reviews. Like I said, you may just have to write your own manual for it. So, the northern wind is bringing smoke. Candace, please stop setting everything on fire. What? Who's setting shit on fire? On fire? There's Fama with more fire. Lori's gonna go have a smoke, as Lori do. Bidoo. Pianoman sending in a bunch of pictures right now. Actually, yeah, it's actually with the dedicated audio thing. You know, I don't get to hear all the bing bong ding dong fucking notification shit as it rolls in. I got everything calling up there. I do. All right, cool. Now, and assuming everything goes through, just because you never know. But assuming everything goes through and I take possession of a new pew pew within like a week and a half, then we've been discussing YouTube versus Twitch and all that. I'm not going to put any more, or I'm not going to put much of my pew pew content on YouTube because their rules are so fucked up. They change all the time. And when they change, a lot, not always, but a lot of times when they change, they're fucking retroactive. Not all of them. And I come to that because I realize you can watch, right now you can watch YouTube and you can see people doing all kinds of different things. Taking them apart, putting them together, firing them, not firing them, doing whatever, blowing shit up. And I was like, well, it should be all right. But then I realized, well, that guy's doing this, but that's a 3-year-old video when the rules were different, which means it may be allowed to be there, but it probably may not necessarily be allowed to be uploaded today under the new, like, enforcement rules and shit. So it's not going to be much stuff I bring over to YouTube from that kind of subject. It'll probably just stay on Twitch, which, yeah, everything over there stays for 2 months. Anyway. So what I figure I will do is on days, yeah, you're allowed to do that stuff if you have like millions of viewers and things. But I figure on days that I'll be doing live streams involving the pew pew, which would mostly just be if I'm working on it here. Like when it first comes in, we're going to strip it down, clean it. I'm going to use the micrometer. I'm going to measure everything out just to have record of what I'm starting with, you know, blah, blah, blah. But what I'll end up doing is starting on YouTube, like a dual stream for like 5-10 minutes, talking about what I'm going to do, and then saying goodbye to YouTube. So, you know, basically, if you want to hang out, come over to Twitch, stop the YouTube part of it, and then just continue on Twitch by itself. That way, people still get a notification if I'm doing something, but I ain't like, I literally, like on live stream, if I had like a real pew pew and I just went, like, that could get me fucking banned, you know, temporary or permanent ban, depending on what's going on. Like, it's fucking crazy. So, yeah, I'm just going to kind of skip the YouTube side on that for the most part. What's up, Norman? How are you doing? Oh, yeah, I forgot it's super early on. Bungie Skunk was on Twitch really early, which is funny because, you know, you can chat on Twitch early, even though, you know, most people are obviously on YouTube, but you can Twitch chat early, or chat on Twitch early as well. It just doesn't seem like it's as prevalent, I guess, I've noticed, unless it's like, you know, someone that has like fucking thousands of, you know, followers and, you know, chats 200 or 300 people. But yeah, it's interesting the difference there with Twitch and YouTube, how YouTube, generally speaking, very shortly after I post a thumb, people will start like hanging out, chatting, yada yada. Um, yep, Clive is doing the show, so here I am. What's up, bud? That is funny. I look on and hey, look at that. But yeah, it is interesting. Just the different. I guess it's kind of. I guess it's mostly how many people you have on there, because like Clive will get a bunch of early chatters as well on Twitch. So, uh, anyway, awesome tree and booth with the praying mantis beside. Oh yeah, I think that fit pretty good up there in between the car and the Rick gun. Yeah, I don't know if Clive's going to try and fire something up tomorrow like he did last week or not. I guess we'll see. I'll be outside, so I'll catch it if I can, if he does fire it up. A lot confused, not allowed versus can't monetize. Yeah, there's definitely, that's the other thing there, C2S. There's a level that, like, pretty much anything firearm related on YouTube is unmonetizable. And if you try to, they will shut it off. That's why so many of them have sponsors. But because of various groups, active influencer groups or whatever out there, you can't advertise firearms. That's why so many people like advertise like coffee and stuff like that. Like, what is that one? Black Rifle. Is it Black Rifle coffee? Something like that. But you get non-firearm sponsors that they can talk about. But you know, they'll do an episode on a specific firearm, and at the end, it's that coffee company. I don't know. I'm not making accusations, and I don't know how that would work. But sometimes I wonder if they're going to do an episode on a specific firearm, if that manufacturer's company donates a bunch of shit to the coffee company, and then the coffee company donates something to the creator as a workaround, which I imagine would be kind of legal if it's done properly, but just it's weird. The YouTube firearm ethos is just, I'm just going to avoid it for the most part. Not saying things may not show up, and obviously I got one on there of me the first day I was out at a range, but it'll be pretty limited stuff. Always open to pre-stream as soon as I see it, otherwise I forget, says Andy. Yeah, that's always fine. Yeah. Why do your likes not have a number besides it? I've seen channels still with the numbers. That's maybe that's a setting that changed. I know there's a setting in there you can turn off if likes are visible or not. I guess that changed. Got changed, or I don't know, maybe something was updated, but not. I'll have to take a look. When I remember, I'll take a look. That is weird, but yeah, I know you can turn that on and off. I've seen that setting in there. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, hold on. We gotta do music, don't we? Shit. So if you're on Twitch, yeah, let's get that music going here, shall we? All the excitement of the YouTube getting fucking weird. That happened. That was what happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It picked up on the wrong stream. All right. Anyway. Ethos like Hades, you mean? Yes, yeah, exactly. Some ethos are definitely Hades related. Hades related. Hey, look. Oh yeah. Stream. Blah, blah, blah. Fucking YouTube is so commercial now. It's all ad friendly. Oh, we always took the piss in a dark way. My sister slipped on the edge of a cliff. We just stood laughing. 200. What? Like that kind of evil? We go from YouTube ads to people jumping off cliffs? Well, alright. Hey, you know what? Sometimes YouTube might drive people to want to do that, as fucking weird as they are, with all that shite. In case he thought there was... Wait a minute. Oh, okay, yeah. Appreciate that, Fama. Press the button. Press some buttons if you really want to. It's always appreciated. Actually, it's interesting, I've picked up a few followers over the week on Twitch when I wasn't streaming. So I don't know if people are somehow finding my stuff for some reason or what's going on there. And Twitch may have an ad in under a minute. That's a little less than a minute. What did I see up there? Hey, what's up, Otis? How you doing? As soon as YouTube started paying, it went downhill. Well, I mean, once money gets involved with, once monetary, hey, yeah, basically anytime anything monetary wise gets involved in a previously free service, everything's just going to go to shit. Because it's interesting, a lot of times when you have a free service that's switched to monetary or a premium version of it, shit, a lot of times you don't even get the same features you got out of the free version and the premium version, and then they strip the free version down so much it's pretty much unfucking usable. I have noticed that every once in a while, like when the new fresh premium version comes out, you even lose old functionality. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm the only person that's noticed that before, but I've definitely seen that. Seems like Plex is one of those things that's getting really weird with adding and subtracting features from what I hear. Like at first I kind of wanted to go with Plex instead of MB for the media player thing, but I feel like I made the right decision now, even though MB is so uninnovative, it's absolutely ridiculously stale. But at least it works, and there's not too much fluff in it. What kind of birds stick together? Velcros. Thank you, Jack Attack. Hit the like button before Scrufdog takes your socks down and spanks your ankles. We could spank some ankles in here. Does anyone remember Operation Mindcrime by Queensryche? Was it 35 years too early? I actually was listening to that last week. I've been listening to Queensryche fucking. God, they were. I think that was the second concert I went to on their Empire tour. That was a good fucking band. Still listen to them. But yeah, that's pretty much, yeah, that's about right. What's up, Web Devi? Welcome, welcome. It is interesting when you get the what are they calling the story albums? I know there's a word for it. Like the albums you pretty much have to listen to in order for it to make sense. I do like the occasional one of them, and Operation Mindcrime is definitely one of those. Good piece of music. I do kind of feel like it came out a little before its time, or it would have been a concept album. There you go. While it was relevant at the time, I think it would be even more relevant nowadays. What did one ocean say to the other ocean? Nothing. They just waved. Yeah, Empire, that's when I found Queensryche during the whole Empire, when Empire album came out. 4 out of 5, flying fish think the ocean is flat. Well, I suppose even though they're flying fish, maybe they just can't get high enough to see what's going on. Sweet Sister Mary was sweet. She appeared on stage with Jeff. Yeah, I can't even. Let's see. I mean, that was in what 93, 94. That came out. I remember. Warrior Soul opened up for him. I remember that. It was another good band, like, one or two songs out of them. There was, more punky rockish thing. All right, go do what you need to do there, Franco. But no, that was a good concert. Are you a real voice? Because my doctor told me not to listen to other voices because they make me do bad things. Follower Gold Met. What's up, Leon PJ? Appreciate that. What's that get us up to? 179, 180. All right, well, cheers to that. Well, let me grab this one. Cheers to that there. Appreciate the follow. We're up to 180. Man, we're getting there. We are getting there. Cheers. Hey, I was going to say, that means that the number over here is an even number now. As in, like, I don't know, you know what I mean. Well, I know I'm not the only one here that's weird with numbers. Well, hey, before everyone gets totally bored and fucking leaves, why don't we do that shower poll? Because why not? Let's see. Poll. Where's the poll thing? Enable customize graphical poll. Okay, don't enable the poll yet. The wipe? Poll. Do you, and you ain't worry about anything other than peeing. Do you pee in the shower? Options. Let's see. So anything that's capitalized, that's how you answer. It's hashtag and like the answer. Like the first word. So let's see. Hashtag yes is, yeah. Hashtag, I'm going to spell it weird, but that's just to save. Sometimes depends on mood. I think this is how this is going to work. Hashtag no. And hashtag only if someone is with me. Perfect. So you answer with the hashtag. I think that's how that'll work. Let's see. Is that going to turn on? Hey, so you got to do like the hashtag thing in the channel. Hold on. Is it on? It should be on. It should be working. So I guess, yeah, go hashtag yes, hashtag sometimes, depends on the mood, hashtag no, hashtag only if someone is with me. Because, sometimes you just got to share the golden loot. Let's see, I will go with, where is the chat window? I'll go with yes. Hashtag yes. Does that work? Might work, might not work. Is it paying attention? Unless it needs to be capitalized. Oh, you may actually have to do a capital yes. Or spell it correctly. That would probably help too. See if that picks that up. Or is this just being a total derphead? Enable poll. Should be working. Doesn't seem like it's working now. Do I have to reset? We may have to start over, folks. Hold on. Why isn't this like? Why is all this stuff like being derpy? Let me reset the poll. Maybe it needs a good reset. There's the reset. It's enabled. Multiple choice. Whole question. Unless oh, you know what? The hashtag. I wonder if the hashtags are throwing it off. Like the hashtags in the answer thing. Oh, you know what? I bet it is because it's probably waiting for double hashtag. All right, let's do that. All right, now let's try it. See, I'm learning how this stuff works. So let's go. I'll even try a lowercase yes. Let's see. All right, there we go. So it can be lowercase. It's just the uppercase part needs to be what you answer as. I'll see if I can find a better pollster kind of thing, but I feel like that's going to be pretty much the standard way most of these work. But at least it's working out. So there you go. If you voted, go ahead and try again. And obviously this is, not as anonymous as per se a YouTube poll, but that's how we got if we want to do it across the platforms. The I isn't an answer there, Jack Attack. I don't think that's going to work. Only if I'm busting as I hate toilet smells building up. What's up, PJ? So I have no issue. You just pee right in. The water is, my opinion, based on nerd stuff, I look at it this way. If you're standing in the shower, and you're facing the water, and you're, actually, I feel it's male or female, if you start peeing, the water that's going down is flowing down you and then down towards the drain that you are facing. So if you're a dude and the stream's going down, it's going to hit, there's not going to be as much of a splash because the water is flowing. So it's going to take it and just take it right with it with low splash. That being said, you would think it would be more sanitary than, say, peeing in the toilet that's going to splash everywhere, and then you flush it, and then you have the whirlpool of death, fucking geyser, whatever germs coming out that apparently happen. So to me, it kind of feels like that would actually be a more sanitary way to do it. But yeah, I don't know. That's just me being in the shower and having absolutely nothing else to think about and going, how's this work again? I mean, not how do you pee, but you know, how all that works. I don't know. What's up, MK? Rusty B, I think I said hey to you earlier, not sure. Mediocritus. Doesn't seem to like just some. So yeah, let's see. Actually, wow, a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, I don't see it necessarily myself. I don't see it being unsanitary, but that's just me. Yeah, there's got to be a better. Like, I don't understand why you can't answer 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to answer like the first word in the answer is what you have to hashtag. Wish that was a little different. But I guess you got to do something to differentiate. I had tiles in my old shower, says Pianoman, and noticed the smell builds up in the grout. Reminds me of a public toilet. I don't know. I've never noticed that even. Well, I've always, the houses I've lived at, I've always had tubs to shower in. But even if it's other places, I've never noticed that. I don't know. Maybe you need it to like get better grout. I don't know. I don't know. All right, are we all caught up with all that stuff? Okay, we got that going. All right, why don't we let that poll go for a couple more minutes, and then we'll get ready to do some of this picture stuff. We can get rid of that. I gotta update my credit card thing tomorrow. It expires this month, so I gotta hit it like tomorrow. I'm just gonna do it tomorrow, maybe tonight, probably tomorrow. Just so when all the bills start hitting, they'll go through, but I gotta do it on the new card and blah blah blah. You know that bullshit. You forget how many places your credit card's set up for, and until the recent. Yeah, you got to redo it because of the date. What's up, Captain Badit? Well, what a time to join, of course. There's no poll showing up on YouTube? Really? Wait. Can anybody see the thing right here on YouTube? That's the poll. If you're looking for the poll in YouTube chat, this is a different poll. This is the poll. Like, everyone should be seeing that. If that's what you're talking about. Yeah, this is a different kind. This is the poll done through a plugin. Pussies and Pianos will be in about 17 minutes. Top of the hour. Yes, no poll. Yes. The poll ain't there on you. There's nothing there on YouTube? That doesn't make sense. Where is poll? Where is the poll in here? What are we on? Side main? Poll, Ninja Poll properties. It should be there. The graphic is there. I can see it. Oh, and then, yeah, you don't click on it. Like that should be there for everybody. Yeah, I mean, actually, yeah, I can see it right there. I mean, it blends in pretty good, actually, but that's about the best we can do. What's up, Nigel? Oh, yeah, no, that's not a click. You got to answer. I'm sorry. I guess, yeah, I guess I got to explain this every time because it's weird. You actually do hashtag. Where are we going here? So to answer in chat, you do hashtag and then either yes, some, no, or only. Like the first word of the answer. Like the numbers don't work. It's weird. I'm working on it. But right now, this is the only way I can get a chat that works across all the, goddamn, all the platforms. I got to trim my fucking mustache. So you like hashtag yes, hashtag some, hashtag no, hashtag only. And it can be like lowercase, but that's how you answer with these polls. So just like if you want to say yes, just hashtag yes. Not hashtag one yes, just hashtag yes. That's it's weird. I don't know. Maybe it will. I don't know. The dude seems pretty open to feedback, so maybe we can do something where we can just do like hashtag one, hashtag two, hashtag three. But that doesn't quite work yet. What's up, late? I don't know. It's kind of confusing. 42, yeah, 40. Yeah, I don't know. 42. Well, I mean, 42 is the answer to everything, but I don't know if that necessarily fits with this one. But anyway, all right. We'll go with that. Give that a couple minutes after the explanation because it's weird. Bottle brush in his bottle brush. Oh, yeah. Speaking of cookies, where are they? Yeah, before we flip over to the cat stuff, one of my homies from work asked me for my recipe. We've talked about these before, how I make my triple dark chocolate chip cookies. Basically, you take the Toll House recipe, you add a shitload of dark chocolate chips and a bunch of Hershey special dark cocoa powder. You know, the stuff we all eat when we're a kid and we go, ugh. It's actually really good when you're an adult. But he made some, and here's a piece of one here. Actually, there's a whole one. I'm kind of just like reaching in and taking pieces out. But he asked for the recipe, made some. They came out really fucking good. So that's a combination of sweet chocolate, like Toll House chocolate chip cookies, and dark chocolate chip cookies, as well as the powder in there. And it came out really good. Like, it's pretty much exactly how it would taste if I made it. Fucking love that shit. Oh, yeah. All right. Good stuff. Good little snack there. Peter Ferguson, I'm about 20 minutes from the coast. Why is that? I'm always more worried about the seagulls as they'd have no issues having a go at the cat. Are they coming that far in from the coast? Lost my wife's audiobook the other day. Now I'll never hear the end of it. Oh, boy. Lori says, I'm old. I don't have a hashtag key. Oh, boy. All right. We'll go ahead and kill that poll. Nobody went with 4. That doesn't surprise me. That's kind of a weird answer. I just had to get something up there. All right, let's see. What happens when you end the poll? Is it just end it, or does it make it go away? Well, either way, it seems like most of us go ahead and pee. Pretty split there, and some it just kind of depends on what's going on. But I figured, oh, there we go. I kind of figured most of us probably peed in the shower. I don't see a problem with it. All right, let's go ahead and do some pictures from what y'all sent in. Let's see, Kevin Hardesty. Yeah, I think this is it. Oatmeal, raisins, and cranberry cookies prepared by my sweet rice. That sounds good. Cranberries are good in cookies. Assuming you know what a cookie is. And you're not some biscuit head. Where's bottom capture? There it is. Alright, let's flip that over. What we got here? Is that? Yeah, I thought that was it. Is that Sherlock or a cat? It looks like Sherlock. I saw the little triangles there. I thought it was a cat and a tail at first. But I think that's Sherlock, isn't it? Oh, yeah, Baker Street. There we go. Nice. Never noticed. I haven't seen that one. And then we have... the inside. No zoom. That's cool. I haven't really gotten into like their like architecturally stuff much. And there's his cookies. Very good. By his lovely wife, as he said. Seagulls are flying rats. Yes, Chris. They are pretty much, that's it. Bottle brush in his sleep. There you go. Laying on a little tag there. Oh, look at the little alligator. The tail looks a little poofy, but that's probably good for gathering that heat. Thank you for those. Let me swipe this back here. Let's see what Lock Watcher sent over. There we go. All right. So Lock Watcher sent from the Ohio State Fair. I'm a big dill. Dill pickle lemonade. I've heard of that. That sounds like I like pickle stuff. I don't know. I could do something like that though, but I'd probably try it anyway. Cookie dough deviled eggs. Chocolate chip cookie dough deviled eggs. I don't know. I'd probably try it because chocolate chip cookie dough is one of my fucking super ultra jams, but okay. They do odd deviled eggs each year. Yeah, I fucking bet. I bet. Soldier just located, lost 55 years ago. My stepmom found him roaming in the woods behind my childhood home. 6-inch Max Troy. No shit. That's cool. Yeah, he been chilling, waiting. Not too bad. Shave clean up nicely. That's cool. Giant omelet, sausage, hash, jalapenos, and cheese. That's a good fold there. I was thinking of doing something involving meat and gravy this evening, or maybe tomorrow for lunch. There's a little money shot of that. Looks like some onion stuff or something in there. I guess that's part of the hash. I could go for some onions and eggs. I forgot to see the caption for this one. We got squirrel. Wow, look at the tail on that squirrel. They hanging out with Flat Cat? Just wait till you see the video. Guess I'll, let me flip this back over. I don't see anything yet with that, but I'll keep an eye out. See what, see what's the latest with the Jubinator. Wow, there's a stretched out Jub. From Red Dwarfer. We have Stretch Jub. Chilling on what looks like a bath mat. That's cool. That's good for him. It's good and warm. Good stretch. Ooh. Oop. Scored a cabinet and speakers for my curb trash Pioneer of the same friend that I fixed the farting Santa for. It only took him 6 months to excavate from his storage shed. Fixed the broken skirting panel on the bottom, glued the laminate back on the side door, and a few dabs of paint for chips and scratches. Not too shabby at all. No, that's just perfectly fine. That's cool. Old school. That kind of reminds me of an old school freaking stereo I had. It's a good fix, good piece of furniture. It's always good to be able to upcycle. Got the, that's not, I forget what are the big ones called? Are those AT-ATs? Or are those just walker things? I don't know. A guy. I feel like I've heard of that too. Not a bad looking speaker. Oldest. And this landed on the bench for a clean new power cord. Is that a project? Oh, it is. That's a slide projector. Okay. I always love that old school hammered paint looking thing going on there. That's all we got from that. Appreciate that lock. Yeah, I do like those old projector style stuff going on there. At something like that. The cat ran back in of quote. PWS says, I used to have a smallish cat, loved to hunt pigeons. From the window, the gray bird looked like a pigeon, so the cat ran outside and got a big scare. The bird was a lot bigger than the cat. And the cat ran back in. Oh, yeah, that is always funny. Faraway bird. B equals big bird. Well, not big bird, but bigger bird. The Marble Machine poster. Marble Machine. What the hell was that? What was that marble game I used to play when I was a kid? Hell, that was something they even had. Oh, Marble Madness. Yeah. Even had that on the, I think I was even on my Apple computer. What we got here? I'm trying to see who sent this in. Dang it. Oh, this is from the Pianoman. This is where Pianoman's been chilling a bit lately, going on some walks, checking out the spots. The bird was a seagull. Oh, yeah, some of them seagulls can be fucking big. I feel like the bigger they are, the more of an asshole they are. Hey, it's a biscuit flag. And no, biscuit heads, that's not a fucking cookie in the sky. That's the moon. Don't get too excited. Fun thing to look at when you're doing that is you can see the moon there, and you can also see the light of everything over there. So you know it's real. And from Chris, funnel clouds are rare here in Denmark. I almost couldn't believe it when I saw it. Oh yeah, that's pretty much just another Friday for some of the places in America. As you get down going through Tornado Alley, like it's just like, why do you live here again? Oh, we got another one just came in from Jeff Lee. Actually, we had another one of, I don't feel like we showed that last week. Pyramid turntable ornament machined from solid Delrin using rotary positioner on Miller. TT is my, what is, TT is my own creation, including carbon tone arm ceramic bearings. Okay, what we got here? I can't remember if we looked at that last week. Spider at the park. I feel like we may have. Dismiss that. Pyramid turntable. That looks cool. Oh, that's a moon. Yeah, it's sitting on a moon thing. Very fast spinny moon. Oh, okay, that's the base of the turntable. Oh, and that's the little holder. Oh, yeah, okay, I gotcha. That's cool. Oh, wait, that's a video. Hold on, if I'm going to play that, I have to mute that. And that. Turn that on. Hold on, I'll bring back the Twitch music in a second. Whee! That's cool. Nice. Definitely like the moon thing there. That reminds me, when I start getting into heavily reorganizing these shelves, we still got the sun, moon, and earth thing downstairs that needs to get brought back up here. It's chilling downstairs, like it's sitting underneath the server, just waiting for it. Of course, it's kind of big. I'm gonna have to even see if it fits on these shelves. It may have to go up top because it's just kind of big. The Dark Side of the Moon. Well, that's a good song too. So, all right, we got that. We got Pussies and Pianos coming up here in a couple minutes. The Lego solar system. It's like, I think it's just the sun, earth, and moon. I don't think the other planets were on it, but it's one of those things, you spin it and it turns. 6:30 for Pussies. And that would be if we started at our regular time. Pussies and Pianos goes an hour after our start. So the schedule thing is all fucked up since we started early. So it will be very soon. Ovary? Ovary? Oh, or yeah, the spinny thing. Yeah, I always thought it was called something else. Got me. You got me, Farmer. All right, we good. We good. I don't know. I think we landed on the moon. You have to choose to get blown away by a tornado, get swallowed up by an earthquake, or get washed away by floods. Yeah, that's quite a lot of America. There's always, no matter where you go, there's always like some horrible fucking natural disaster thing going on. All right, top of the hour, folks. Cheers, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out. We'll get the pussies and pianos in just a second here. Maybe Lee will stop meowing since she's been going for pretty much the entire show. The silly ovaries are in old ladies. Well, are in ladies, not old ladies. Well, I know they get kind of silly in older ladies. That reminds me, I got to talk to my buddy who made those cookies to see what brand of, because this thing is almost, this is getting kind of low. I've had this, how long have I had this? Like 3 weeks? No, longer than that, because I had this with me when I was hanging out with Mike. And I had it for a week or two before that, so this is almost like a month old, somewhere around a month old, and I'm still working on it, and it only cost $20. And this has curbed my cigarette smoking almost significantly when I'm home. Because I used to smoke a cigarette, like, obviously if I wasn't streaming, almost every hour, hour and a half-ish. But now I'm like, every few hours, I'm like, yeah, while I'm out here, I'll go ahead and catch up. But I think this is helping me, I think this is going to be what gets me off smoking actual cigarettes. And then I can just kind of work on chilling on this a little bit. Same prices. This is the price. A pack of cigarettes here is usually about, what are they, up to $12 or something like that? For 20 cigarettes. So I spent, a week's worth of cigarettes I've had for almost a month, which is kind of how vaping works, I guess. Oh, there's an ad on Twitch. The geek bars have a higher nick content, says Zenny-san over on Twitch. What's up, bud? Plus, I think they use salt nick, which absorbs differently. Yeah, this works different. The problem with the geek bars is they're too much flavor. They're way over flavored. Yeah, sometimes you get an ad on Twitch, sometimes you don't. I don't know why that is. But they're there. I'm watching it on the gaming PC, and I'm not logged in because it logged itself out, and I don't care to log it back in because I just use it to monitor anyway. But supposedly 1440 is trying to work. Oh yeah, sign up. Yeah, supposedly the 1440 beta is working. So that would explain why I'm broadcasting at a pretty high rate now. I'm usually only broadcasting at 8 megs. Now I'm broadcasting just on Twitch at 17 megs a second. So if any streamers who have also been accepted into the Twitch beta stream that are currently having problems with their streaming setup, well, I'm sorry, not streaming with their fucking internet, and just know that it was weird. I got accepted twice. So I think they may have fixed it and sent out another thing, because I have noticed a lot more streamers on 1440 now. So the next time I do any kind of gaming, it will apparently look almost as, pretty much just as good as YouTube, finally. Anyway. Did you get a chance to look at chat settings on Twitch? Yeah, nothing I've noticed have changed there, C2S. I'll get Pussies and Pianos going. I'll take another look, because you can still see all your settings while you're streaming, but I'll take another look. But I did look, I didn't see like anything had changed, so I don't know. But let me go up there and look, I'll let you know. But let me... this song's almost done. Let's give it another 20 seconds, and then I'll get Pussies and Pianos going. I'll pause this music. I have 3 bandsaws, says Lockwatcher. Scruff saw 2, I did. And 1 at your son-in-law's house. Oh, okay. Yeah, Lockwatcher's got a great shop in his basement. Pause that. Alright, let's get Pussies and Pianos going here. Rob and Cats. There you go. You can see my dashboard. That's fine. Got to click that. There we go. All right. You should be able to hear him. Twitch, Rob, music capture. That's turned up. All right. So we should be good to go. I'll be back in a few minutes and I'll check those Twitch settings. Enjoy. Well, thank you, Rob. Always good to hear some tunes. Flip that back. Things I can close that. Good music as usual. Rob has a new camera, so if he gives us any new tracks, we may have a even better view of what's going on. Oh, and as far as the Twitch thing goes, phone number verification's turned off, and anybody that's a VIP, a subscriber, or moderator is exempt from any verification. Apparently, all it's set up, you have to have at least just an email. And apparently, like I said, if you're something over just a regular follower, it shouldn't matter. So I don't know there, C2S. Some sort of a verification thing, but I have it pretty much set to bare minimum. Unless, like I said, unless you're subscriber, VIP, or moderator, then it's just like, it should just let you in. I know Twitch can be a little weird with stuff. It's definitely always frustrating, or half the time I start up my little third-party stuff to, like, do the thing down there in the corner where it says 1550 out of 2000. Like, that's a plug-in. The combined chat's another plug-in. And, like, every 3 or 4 weeks, like, it's usually not even a month, but usually every 3 or 4 weeks, I gotta re-log in everything, which, of course, means doing something with the phone, which I can go ahead and hit play. But, yeah, all these streaming things are weird. And Twitch, now that Twitch is starting to do, see, 1440 skips, 1080 is fine. Yeah, I've heard some other people saying that if 1440 is fucking up to switch to 1080. I really feel like I saw that on another stream. Funny you mentioned that. Let's see if I can notice anything here. I'm on 1440 on my little watching thing. Does it say a hype train? Why is there a hype train? You will have a limited time something. Whoa, what am I missing here? Why is there no sound or Twitch? Is it just taking a minute? Did anything pop up here? Did Fama, what is, hold on. Hype Tree, Fama resubscribed for 2 months. Maybe appreciate that. And Fama gave out 5 gifted subs. Very nice. Much appreciated. 100 bits, oh, even more. Got the hype train going. I don't know why I don't see any alerts popping up anywhere because they're all here. They're popping up on Rob's. Why are they popping up on Rob's but not mine? Hold on. CatCam low. Where's Rob? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, CatCam. What am I missing over here? I am missing all the Twitch shit. Holy crap. CatCam low. Twitch over. Paste as a reference. We'll put it right there. Alright, now that should work. Damn, sorry about that. I don't know why. Let's see. Let me flick that over. Alright, well, I appreciate that there, Fama. I know nobody could see all the stuff popping up, but I promise it did on another screen. Now it should work over here. Captain Bout, Poovers is being a bit greedy today. Poovers is a bit greedy every day. She is all about that food. So yeah, apparently on Twitch we have a level 2 hype train rocking through. Oh, and we got a completed a bits goal as well. Awesome. Appreciate all that there. A hype train starter. Okay, yeah, alright, cool. Appreciate that there on the Twitch side there, buddy. What's up, Leave Me Alone? Welcome to the stream. I don't know what's going on with Twitch. Like I said, they're 14. Yeah, it is a little. It's definitely not doing 60 frames. It's probably because they're limiting their. I mean, I don't know. I have it to do 1440 in their beta program. So just know 1440 is beta on Twitch. You have to turn on enhanced streaming, which lets them control everything. So I have no idea what they're doing with it, but considering usually before I was doing 1440, I was getting like 8 megs out, and now it's 17 megs out. It does seem like they're putting out something, but I don't, maybe it just can't keep up. I mean, it's definitely not the computer. The computer can fucking put out some goddamn streams if it needs to, that's for fucking sure. There's one. Let's hydrate. Good call. Good call, C2S. Cheers, everybody. Take a sip of something. Yeah, just get some water going. I was pretty dehydrated yesterday. Andy's computer tube. I just ate half a large chocolate bar. I just ate a shitload of cookies while we were on break. So, no worries there. Rob Stooge, what's up? Sup, Scruff and Technicality Family. Greetings from the Twitch side. Well, greetings, buddy. We are chilling with the Poofers cleanup crew. Oh, and just so you know, I do have the new kitty camera here, that OBS bot camera. I just didn't have time to get it up today, but I should be good. I got a lot of stuff caught up this week. Got to do a shitload of yard work yesterday, or yesterday, what the fuck, tomorrow. But I should be able to get that camera up this week. Munch it. Yeah, munch. Hey, nothing wrong with it. And just so, like, you do realize, biscuit heads, that we're talking about chocolate chip cookies, not whatever the hell you call them over there. Since you don't know what the hell a cookie versus a biscuit is, and that you're just all confusing. Peter Ferguson, I just ate 3/4 of an apple pie with a ton of fresh cream. That's fine. I used to eat fucking, I used to plow through some fucking desserts when I was younger. I got Cadbury's Marvelous Creations to munch on in a bit. What is Cadbury's Marvelous Creations there, Pianoman? Hey, what's up, Chippy? Yeah, you've been here for a minute. Damn. Chipmunk says I have a smartphone, but I'm old, so I don't use it to watch TV. Old, new, old, whatever. All right, there she goes. Flip that back. Hopefully that actually works. Looks like it. Rasher, I'm eating smooth potato salad out of a plastic container. That's fine. Especially, like, I'm single. I'm the only one here that eats food out of the refrigerator because the cats don't. Yeah, like, their food's not there. So, yeah, I eat out of freaking containers all the time because, like, why waste a plate if you can just use the container? It's milk chocolate with jelly popping candy. That sounds pretty fucking good. I think I could work with that. Oops. Is that a biscuit thing, or do you think that's everywhere? I mean, it's Carvel's, so I'm guessing that's or Cadbury, so I'm guessing you can find that around. Huh. Mayo-based potato salad or vinegar-based? They have vinegar-based potato salad? That sounds fucking horrible. Chipmunk has a special pic to send. Is it too? Oh no, you can send a picture in. We just finished most of them, but we got plenty of time. We're going to be here for at least, you know how we go. We're here at least another hour, assuming we got something to talk about. It's kind of new, so not sure about it being international. Fair enough. They do that. German potato salad is vinegar? I eat German potato salad. I know that was vinegar based. Okay. I may have to go buy some different potato salads next time I go to the store then. Cookies are baked by an AI bakery. Fuck. I mean, like, seriously, at this point, everything's fucking cooked by AI bakery. The boobies. And thanks, Franco, for popping off that occasional link there for everybody. Ooh, Pianoman's got a link. Oh, no, you weren't supposed to do that. You were supposed to actually go to the, yeah, no, so it's like strobing. What do we got here? Ah, you can't, what? Ah, that is weird. That layout sucks. Are you sure you want to leave YouTube? Yeah. I don't know why that happened. Cadbury Dairy Milk, Marvelous Creations, Jelly Popping Candy. Yeah, I'll look for it. Vegetarian chocolate. All right. Video on YouTube should have made it through. It has not. So let me see if I can force it through their lock. What the fuck screen is that? Holy shit, that was not the correct button. Counts. Check. Woo. Authentication error. Oh no. Oh shit, that happened today. Alright, well, anything anybody emailed in is going to have, like specifically emailed in, is going to have to wait till next week. Because midnight this morning, my provider switched all their servers over. So like they said, it could be 24 hours, and yeah, I guess this is it, that nothing's working. So it's all just being held up right now. So hopefully it'll all make it through next week. But yeah, I forgot. That's all my shit's getting moved to a new server. So Flat Cat and all that, I don't have to wait till next week. Unless it just starts working. But that usually, we're usually probably not going to be that lucky. But yeah, I'll have to get that sorted out tonight and tomorrow. I forgot about that. I have an email about it in here. Let's see, what's it saying here? Blah, blah, blah. That's there. I guess I gotta go. Oh yeah, because it's a different email server now too. Slightly different email setting. Yeah, it's literally. Well, you know what? Hold on. Let me see something here. You can pop this out, right? Can you? How do you pop? There it is, a pop out button. Let me see if I can update the settings real quick. I assume the server itself is working. Let me go and see if I can adjust the thingy. View details. All kinds of shit just fucking going crazy. So how do you edit your account? Edit info? Okay, that should be there. What port are we using now? Email incoming. That's 110. That's 110. That should be working. So like the settings should work. I don't know, but I know they're flipping around. So I'll give it a shot in a couple days. Like tomorrow, I'm assuming it should be done moving over. So yeah, anything that got emailed is not functioning. Sorry, I forgot about that. I probably forgot because I figured it'd be done by now. Uh-oh, here's Chippy. So we don't have that, but we do got Chippy. And Chippy also sent a picture of a wet pussy as dessert for Pussies and Pianos. There's a Chippy Picks with eFix, the electrician's channel. Bada bing. And a wet pussy. Ooh, wet red pussy. Nice, nice. Appreciate those fruitful pictures. I have no idea why I just used that particular word, but hey, that's where we're at. May I be excused, please? My brain is full, says Chippy. No, you must stay and overflow. What's up, Josh? Welcome, welcome. What? You just need to remove one letter from reticle to strike a bum note. Yeah, I imagine that, yeah. Well, maybe more than one letter. No, actually, yeah, just that one letter. Yeah. Real butt scratching adventure. Tweet. What is toit? Proper big pussy. That is a big ass, big meowy pussy. But the best ones, I think, are the fucking little snow, are they snow leopards? There's little super floofy guys with like 8-foot long tails that their tails are so long that when they're just chilling, they literally carry it around in their mouth because it's just too big. And they don't feel like stumbling over it and shit. So it looks like they're carrying their blankie around. Those little guys are cool. Anyway, let's see here. Networks had the same issue on Friday, and they're upgrading nodes as lock. Oh, okay, yeah. So I don't who knows. Maybe something big changed or upgraded or updated or something like that. Rob says, awesomely gorgeous animals, snow leopard. Yeah, the snow leopard. Like they're well, usually when you see pictures of them, they're sitting there with their their tail is fucking massive. It's just constantly poofed out. But one of the popular pictures is when they're holding their tails. Possible ad on Twitch in a minute. Don't mean to brag or anything, says Jag Attack, but the cashiers at the grocery stores are always checking me out. E-riches don't mind me. Whew. So yeah, if you're watching on Twitch, I may have to put a little disclaimer up, especially for like gaming streams. If 1440 Twitchy switch to 1080 or go to YouTube, but at least they're trying. I mean, they accepted me into the thing fucking like a month ago and said it would be working, but it wasn't. And then I got accepted again a few days ago. Well, at least they're trying. At least they're trying. And I don't know how much of that is dependent on the receiver as well, since Twitch doesn't work like YouTube. You just get a raw stream. I don't even know what it's broadcasting, what its actual output codec is, because it doesn't show you. Once the enhanced streaming thing is going, it just does its own thing. So yeah, I don't even know if it's doing like H.264 or apparently they are supposedly supporting HEVC 265 now, which might be why it's twitching. Giggity. It was twitching on all three of them. Seems to have settled just on you're on 1440. Okay. Well, we'll see. Like I said, they're doing what they can do, so I'll let it keep doing its 1440 thing just because I'm sure I assume it's providing data for them somehow. It's in beta. I'm guessing something is, quote, monitoring the data flow to see how it's doing. Like I said, it's definitely not the computer. Like, I could give a shit. I mean, it's not like it does anything anyway, since all it does is stream. And what the fuck is going on up there? That's weird. All right. But yeah, okay. Anyway, well, oh yeah, let me fix that. All right. Cats have an on-off switch. Does it work on tigers? You let us know. Don't know about that one. Their off-on switches short out a lot. Yeah, I would say that. That would definitely be a thing. Yeah, cats on-off switches occasionally do absolutely get shorted out. And somehow they seem to get a voltage boost here and there. What was the prize? What did Chippy win something? Buy me a drink. We could all. God, I'm telling you, man. I might get back to drinking those hard apple ciders every once in a while. Figure you go out, and I think they're in 4-packs. God, dude, I gotta trim up. Everything's itchy on my nose. I don't know if they're 4-packs or 6-packs, but I probably wouldn't even go through a 6-pack on a weekend. I might, like 3 a day. We'll see. I do miss the flavor of it. I care less about the alcoholic effect. And I suppose at this point, if I'm going to be the typical American that owns a big old pew or two, I guess I got to get alcohol involved. Because then apparently that just makes it more legal. The way the laws are going, but we'll see how that goes. Apple tree cider. Well, I mean, you don't squeeze the entire tree. Angry Orchard. It wasn't Angry Orchard. Although I did have Angry Orchard. That was good, no doubt. That did taste good. I forget what it was. Let's see. Let's just type hard apple cider. It was like green and red and some other fucking flavor. Of course, who knows? They may have changed their box design. But I mean, worst comes to worst, I can just get Angry Orchard because I know that's just fucking everywhere. Now, that's kind of a subjective thing, too. That's pretty local. I figured if I'd searched, it would show me some of the local joints in the area, but like what you could find available. But of course, it's only showing me what I can buy online, which is weird. I don't know that you can actually buy that online. But the stuff I got was Granny Smith hard apple cider. Because I fucking love Granny Smith apples. Woodchuck. Was it Woodchuck? It may have been Woodchuck. Yeah, it was Woodchuck. Yeah. Yeah, Woodchuck Granny Smith hard apple. It was Woodchuck. That's what I got. As soon as I typed Granny Smith hard apple cider, it's the first thing that popped up. I loved cider when I was young. This is Rasher. 1630. No, I can't stand this stuff. Well, when you say, do you mean like regular apple cider or like the hard apple cider? Because I do drink actually a lot of actual apple cider. Like when it's the right time of year, which you can always tell because you walk in the grocery store and there's just like pallets of it. That I'll usually drink it at that point. Zen Zinger, laugh my off America. Hold my beer and watch this. Yeah, pretty much. As long as you're drinking, everything is legal in America. Chris is going to bed. All right, what are you going to do once you go there? Like, you're just going to stand there? You're going to do something with it? Going to, like, jump on it? Maybe some cartwheels? Need some specificity? Is that a word? Could that be a word? Like, more specifics? Need more specificity? That sounds like it could be a word. I do know. Either way, have fun whatever you're doing at your bed. Oh, you'll be sleeping in your bed. Okay. Yeah, it's usually a good thing to do in a bed. I will say. I mean, granted, there are other things that can be done in a bed as well. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know, like watching TV, staring at your laptop, petting a cat. Specificity. I don't know. Changed the voice on my Echo and forgot threw me when it answered. Yeah, I got the thing plus, you know, say the word plus on there and the voice is different and I don't know. It seems like it's working a little bit better. Specific, I don't know. Jesus Christ. Yeah, just be more specific. Who's going to sleep sex? Sleep sex? I mean, no, actually, you know what? I will say, sleep sex does seem to have, I mean, usually on one end, like, sometimes one of the people is asleep. I've woken up to that before and like, hey, what's up? Oh, I am. Oh, okay. Specificity. There it is. Specificity. TJ's got it. Officer. Rasher, last time I was in the good old US was 1997, a place called Wilkes-Barre, not too far from New York. Don't know that place. Specific gravity. I deal with that fucking term far too often there, Jack Attack. Although it is funny that you can measure the same exact thing, or the same exact reading. You use the same exact tool for coolant or battery acid. Yeah, it makes sense. I butcher the fuck out of that word when trying to say it as fast as my brain thinks it, says Zen. Yeah, well, yeah, okay. You butcher a lot of stuff there, bud. I think your brain is either 50 steps ahead, or like 2 steps ahead and half of it's 2 steps behind. I feel like that's how mine gets sometimes. Half of it's over here, half of it's over there, and everything in the middle is like, we don't know what the fuck to do. I'm disappointed when a liar's pants doesn't actually catch on fire, says Benji. Yeah, that would be nice. Liar, pants on fire. Let me move that. There, that, okay. The ADHD brain. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, so I found out something interesting. I touched on this Wednesday, but now that the whole crew's here. Interestingly enough, well, some of you are still here. When you have various military and government clearances, since I go to a lot of military bases to service forklifts and other equipment, I go to a lot of just general like government places, where you need clearances. I have a TWIC card so I can get into federally controlled maritime ports or whatever, however it's worded on that thing. But that's a Department of Homeland Security clearance. Apparently, when you have a lot of clearances like that, your background check for the purchase of a pew-pew is usually delayed because all they know is that something's going on at that place. And you need to have special clearance as a civilian to get military clearance to see the reason. Like, basically, it's a bunch of people sitting around a desk, quote unquote, when they doing their your firearm background check. And all those people sitting around all they can see is, well, hey, why does Scruff have something at this base, this base, this base? It doesn't say what it is. It just says your name was mentioned here, basically. Then the civilian guy with military clearance can walk over and go, oh no, he's good. He can actually see what it is. So that's why there's probably going to be a delay of a few days, but that shouldn't be that big a deal. But yeah, you would think when you have all these clearances, it would be like, oh yeah, he's good to go. But apparently that's not what that means. A TWIC card? No. TWIC. With a C. TWIC. But yeah, actually, I probably should come out with a twat card. I can imagine that would be pretty fucking popular over in Biscuit Land. Everybody would be giving everybody else a twat card. Here's our freshly issued twat card. Can I get a good picture for that? Rob Stooge says, keep a batch of matches nearby and flick one at the liar. That'll heat things up. Yeah, that would actually help with getting that whole thing working. Butcher, but what cuts he gets. What are we cutting up? I butcher the fuck out of that word when I try to... Oh, okay. Now we're talking about butchers and meat and food. 50 things going on, 5 things right, 10 things going faster than they should, and 30 things I forgot about for the first second. 5 were planned, thought, and attempted, but just abandoned it instantly. Yeah, that's kind of how that works. Rob says, I made a grotting wire out of piano wire for a serviceman on an army base years ago. Nice. Yeah, those are... These generally aren't used for the production of music unless... Well, actually, I don't know that you get much of a noise when using said device as intended. I suppose most you get out of that is... and like of feet skittering on the ground. Did you drop your phone? Did who drop phone? My phone's not dropped. It's sitting there. You should hear it. Well, I mean, you shouldn't on YouTube. Used guitar wire to fix my cheese cutter. Oh, yeah, that's actually not a bad... God damn, man, I gotta trim my fucking mustache thing. It is itching the hell out of my nose. Dude, I didn't have it... My nose didn't itch this bad when I was on coke fucking decades ago. God. Let's see, anything else here? Did it go... Wait, who? What? That's the... Okay, catching up. Okay, let's see. What have we done so far? We've got that done. We got that done. The camera's not up. I already had my coffee. We talked about the cookies. There's Locke's boat again, if you missed that. That's the 8-minute Benchy. And yeah, like that whole thumbnail thing is all just still sitting here. Oh, I mean, if you're gonna whip it out, you know, I mean, granted, it's a little guy. It's very. Yeah, it's good for a little popper if you get it right. What is my trimming process? Standing in a shower with a mirror that I can barely see out of, even if I put soap on it with, which one is that? That is the, well, if I'm doing like a trim, I have a fucking 20 something in one razor where you can put all the different tips on and shit. And I'll edge it up and trim it. And then I have, you know, the electric razors with the 3 thing that to kind of polish it up. And yeah, the razor, it's like a 3 or 4,000 series Philips and Norelco electric shower razor thing. It's got one of the flip out little edgers on it. I use it for if I don't want to get the other razor out. What is shiny, Fama? Bronze nuts? Whose nuts are shiny? Trimming video? Yeah, I know. I don't think we need to do a trimming video. Because that'll be just, there's just no good place to put the camera in the shower, really. I mean, it's water resistant, but that would just be dealing with a weird camera mount and, you know, all that stuff. I did figure out, like, the occasional ant. Apparently, they're coming in through, like, a crack in the caulk in the window, so I got to attack that tomorrow. That particular area to get them out of here. See about one ant every like 5 or 10 minutes, sometimes less. And I went outside, there's not like a lot of them. I think it's like a newer nest. It was like GPUs in 2021, unobtainium. Oh, wait a minute. Rasher says, when I was in Wilkes-Barre in Pennsylvania, USA, back in 97, cider was my favorite drink and I couldn't get it anywhere. When I asked for cider, they thought I was saying soda. Yeah. It was like GPUs in 2021, unobtainium. It's very specific seasons over here, like on the East Coast, of when it shows up. Yeah, I couldn't get a GPU when did I get that 3070? I forget if that was 2020. No, that was 2021. Yeah, because that was the only way I could get a video card in 2021 was to buy a pre-built from Micro Center, and that is what has transformed into the streaming or the studio PC. Braun foil shavers are decent close shave. Yeah, the one I have with 1,000,000 attachments, one of it is a foil shaver, and that does get really fucking close. I do like the foil ones. Captain Barrett is out, going to bed soon, probably to sleep on it and not to stand next to it and go 9 at it all night. Good evening, Captain Barrett. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Mr. A Cakes has monsters in their pockets. Well, we'd all like to think that, I'm sure, but how many people manage to drop their phone? I've never dropped a camera or a multimeter or a microphone, says Benji. Or how do people manage? Probably because their phone's in their hands more often than any of those other devices. Therefore, you become so accustomed to it, you don't think about the fact that it is actually costs more than all that other stuff. And then it falls down. The bed is not allowed in the room. Ah, boy. Ah, mister. The bed is not allowed to leave the room. Ah, boy. And see, there was a thing you drilled a hole in a quarter and made a slot, solder guitar wire. Oh, and use it in a pop machine like a cartoon. Yeah, actually, those things worked, I mean, a long time ago. But there's so many anti-thingies in machines nowadays, I don't know that anything like that would work. Because I've always wondered if the thing in, is it not real? Is it not? No, Real Science. Which one had Was it Val Kilmer? Real Genius. That's what it was. Real Genius. The one where like they did the laser thing and all that. They shit, where the fuck? Oh, he could take what was it? Fucking uh frozen, I think it was solid carbon dioxide, and cut it into a quarter and put it through a machine. I wonder if that would work nowadays. Laser pop, yes, laser popcorn. Bama knows exactly what I'm talking about. I think it was something other than ice. Like just, I mean, it was ice, but I feel like it was supposed to be something else because it was being stored in a dewar. But yeah, like I always wondered if something like that would actually work. Guess it depends on the weight of it. Vending machines have those cheater catchers way back before Pac-Man machines. Yeah, that was figured out pretty early. And it's funny, not even everybody updated their machines. Nowadays, you can't find an old machine because, like, Christ, most of your soda machines are connected to the fucking internet now. So, machines, weight, and magnet. Yeah, and then there are so many things. Doer, barely newer. Yeah. Franco, I was the audio engineer for the corporate videos that we made. Great job, lots of variety. You made corporate videos for OnlyFans, Franco? That's pretty good. I was working for a small video studio. One of my jobs was location scout for filming video clips for local bands. Spoilt for choice in a 10-mile radius. That was a weird sound. Very farty. It sounds like probably a single or two-cylinder bike just went by. For sale, a couple of sock puppets. Now, who's interested in taking them off my hands? What is Crabtown in Glen Burnie's, and what are we talking about there? Laser popcorns? I don't know that they're. Oh, a shit ton of coin games. Crabtown and Glen Burnie. I've heard of that, but I don't think I've ever actually been there. Is that just a big ass arcade? Or is that something else with an arcade? Kind of like a Dave and Buster's is a bar. Well, it's a bar and a restaurant, private room, and then big fucking arcade. I haven't been there since the whatever holiday party that was. Real genius, a super cooled gas, potentially like carbon dioxide or deuterium fluoride solidified into a block. Yeah, it was something like that. Crabtown is both a restaurant and a big old style arcade. Okay. All right, Electron just sent something in. Let's see what we got here. It's a kitty. What? Ooh. Ooh. It's a kitty watching that good stuff. Is that Satka? Meow. It's like staring at a menu. I gotta get to the store too. I'm like just about out of food in the house, except for what I ordered yesterday. 200 meters. What do you have 200 meters of? Oh, drop cable. Oh, okay. Cable. It's good for internal wiring, external, but internal. Use it to run extensions to outbuildings. That'd be Satka. Okay, that is Satka. I thought so. Okay. Let's see here. How we doing here? All right. We got that. Did that reset? Okay, that's good. Hopefully tomorrow I can get all this yard work and shit done early. And then since I know I'm going to be fucking whooped up a little bit, I'm going to try and spend some time doing research on that carburetor on the engine. And if that thing, quote, stalls out, like we can't get it to start, then we may end up taking the car back out for a ride at some point, just so that we can do something But yeah, we're going to be getting back to more Lego stuff as well, obviously. That's kind of where we started. I don't know what we're going to do next, though, as far as the Lego thing goes, but we shall see. I may get the Doom guy done and over with, because that's... Like, I love the Doom guy, I love fucking the game, I love all that shit, but as we know, it's a non-Lego building block set, so it's going to be a pain in the fucking ass. But I would like to get it done, just to fucking get it done. Oh, don't worry, we got the Aldi truck, it's sitting right there. We'll get that Aldi truck too, like, that'll be a good one as either a filler stream, like if we do a stream where we're just kind of chilling, do a bunch of little ones, or as a, you know, if we gotta waste some time kind of thing, that'll be like before we start something. Yeah, because I don't think that probably take like an hour. But yeah, that would be a good, do that and a couple other things. Excellent tune, says Zapped. Are you referring to that? Yeah, I've been listening to How to Destroy Angels, if that's what you're talking about, for a while. That's Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails' lady. I assume they're still together. I don't actually know. Actually, I just saw a picture of him with like some like gray ass hair. I'm like, holy shit. Cable insulation is so robust. Mine has been hanging outside my PC room window for at least 30 years in all weather. There you go. Franco's getting tired. If it has a gas pump, it shouldn't matter where the tank is. A hippo can run faster than a man on land and swim faster than a man in water. So the bicycle is the best option to beat a hippo in a triathlon. There, it's true. You know, more people die to hippos than like sharks and like most other animals. Like, because they think hippos are big fun things, but hippos love just biting people in half because that's what they do. So just keep in mind if, you know, out running errands or whatever and a fucking hippo pulls up on you, it probably doesn't want the kind of hug you're thinking about. Benji. Sure, alcohol doesn't solve any problems, but then again, neither does milk. That is a very true statement. Electron box. Weird cold for the last few days. Not feeling great with it, to be honest. Energy zapping. Does it feel like it's better, worse, kind of staying the same? What you feeling like? What did one butt cheek say to the other? Together, we can stop this crap. I suppose so. I put that down. Homer Simpson. Wait, what? No. Homer Simpson, when he was the beer baron, had the best line ever. It says boink. Alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems. I feel like I've heard that many times before. Yes. You really got to hand it to short people. It's only fair since they can't reach it anyway. Oh, come on, Jack. Come on. Oh, let's see. What else is there to talk about today? What other stuff has happened this week that would be considered interesting? I don't know. It's been a very exhausting week. I've just been tired. I haven't been able to sleep much because I'm in learning mode. I'm just fucking soaking up information off of like articles and downloading fucking manuals, watching videos. Like at this point, I'm up to watching gunsmithing videos and dissections of failed rifles and different parts, and I'm just fucking going all in here. Firebag equals curry haggis. Oh yeah, I guess you could call it Yeah, Zen. Yeah, that's, yeah. Rob says I'm in regular retard mood. Well, yeah, just remember, never go full retard. Oh, speaking of Ben Stiller and others, if you haven't seen Happy Gilmore 2, it is a fucking good movie. We watched Happy Gilmore and then Happy Gilmore 2 last night, like right in a row. And it just fucking flows. Like it's almost like it's just one movie, except there's a gap in time in there, but it's a really fucking good movie. It's definitely a 10 out of 10, which is pretty good for a sequel that happens almost 30 years later. But it is a good fucking movie. Really enjoyed it. Well, I've been dabbling in the ammo side of already there, Zen. If by that you mean ballistics and studying ballistics, I've started on that a bit. Possible ad on Twitch in a minute. But at this point, as far as ammo goes, I'll just get 1,000 rounds of M193, 1,000 rounds of 855, and see what happens. Maybe get a couple boxes of some like fancy shit just to fuck around, but and at some point, I'll probably have some boxes of tracer on the side. Obviously, not to take to a range, but eventually, I may, need to drop some in the bottom. Ammo and effects of internal and external ballistics. Do you mean once things hit things? If you mean that, then yeah, I've been studying that too. When deciding what to put in the Glock G43X, that I can, if I need to use it in self-defense in the house, I don't want to put holes in my house. I prefer to put a single hole on the front side of the bad guy, and then he can hold on to what I just gave him. I don't need it back. So, been looking into that. Only destructive to the asshole that wanted to start something. Because I don't want to blast through someone and like hurt a kitty on the backside. Federal HST 125 grain. Yeah, I was looking at that and it's not spear. Is it spear? No, what's that other word? The HST and the other one spear. Not is it spear? Toot toe, yeah, top of the hour toot shit, yeah. Happy tootly toot. It is the spear, it is spear, okay, yeah. I heard those two, HST and spear, were like the two big dogs. And from what I've seen from ballistics, they do exactly what I would want them to do, to go and stop. But anyway, yeah, cheers, top of the hour. No, not that, Rob. We're not talking about high sperm gargles. Granted, some people in this stream would probably be interested in that, but that is not the current topic. That's really frustrating. Like all this shit I have to, all this technical shit I got to update my credit card everywhere for payments. I got to get my email shit working again if it doesn't just start. God, there's a lot of shit to sort out this weekend. Anyway, that was totally random. HP's main goal is to open up and act like a parachute. Exactly. You know, seeing I was watching one where they have a cartridge, just so you know, people, a cartridge, which is the whole thing that contains a bullet, because that's a separate piece, that the head's like a fucking Phillips head screwdriver, which is an interesting concept because it does give you that fucking good cavitation, goes in and creates a big air bubble, just kind of moves all your stuff around. But then it just keeps on going. Like, no, I don't know. Get paid, get stopped, and they can keep, the gifts I'm giving them at 1,200 feet per second or whatever that is. Did you know bunnies eat more carrots than people? But of course, when was the last time you saw a bunny eat a person? Well, it kind of depends on the person. Or if it's a rabbit with big pointy teeth. Because it will screw you. Yeah, it'll definitely screw you there, C2S. That little Phillips round thing going on there. Jim Jeffries does a good gun control bit. Jim Jeffries. I know Jim Jeffries. Let me write that down. Maybe I'll poke around for it. Yeah, the whole firearms world is, boys, it got some point. Like, you think, like, a lot of people outside of it, which I actually understand this. Like, I know I'm weird. Me and Zen are weird. We're Democrats that like pews. So it's weird. Well, I should say we lean Democratic, but we like the pews. And I talked to this one like ultra super liberal guy once, and he's like, "Look, man, you go far enough left, everybody gets their guns back." I went, "Whatever," because when you're that far left, you're also just a fucking weirdo maniac. But anyway, not that we talk much about politics here, but we do touch into it every once in a while. You haven't met the Ragus? Oh my god, what are we doing here, Rob? Knock knock, who's there? Euripides? Euripides who? Euripides trousers. You menda these trousers. Mr. Bun Buns likes the Cadbury caramel bunny. Does Cadbury make a caramel, like a hollow bunny that has caramel in it? Because that could be bad. Is that a Twitch or a good eyesight? What? Who? What? Is an Australian comedian. Jim Jeffrey. I feel like I've seen him. I feel like, let me pull him up. You know, let's see. Jim Jeffries. I feel like I really feel familiar with that name. But I see him and he doesn't look familiar. I don't know, I'll have to watch. I've probably heard him, maybe not seen him. Reversing cameras are great. I got one when I bought my new car, and since then I haven't looked back since. Hey. Actually, reversing cameras are fucking convenient. Like, assuming I do go ahead and fix up the Suburban, I'm probably going to put a full camera system in it, at least front and rear. One for traffic, and two because it is nice, because my radio does have a lead on it that I'd be able to take the, most of your dash cams, if they have a rear camera, it's just power, local power, and then a video, an actual RCA cable. But what you can do is get a splitter and split it off the RCA, run it to the back. If you have a stereo that supports, it doesn't even really need to be high end, but if your car is capable of taking a fucking aftermarket stereo, which most aren't, but mine has the input. If I run that and there's a white wire, if I run the white wire to the rear view lights or a switch or both, a lot of people will just do both. I can flick that switch, or when I put it in reverse, it'll pull up the camera behind me. So that way that old ass truck can have one. Thinking about doing that. First cam is cheating for parallel parking. Look, Zen. I'll tell you what. There ain't a whole lot of motherfuckers that can take a 95 C25 Suburban, like the big bitch, and park that motherfucker in Baltimore City pretty much always on the first try. So I don't mind putting a camera in just to making it that much easier, because I can parallel park like a motherfucker. That's one thing people have always said, like, how the fuck do you do? I'm like, I don't know, man. It ain't that fucking hard. It's just like physics and trajectory and knowing your turning radius of your car. And okay, well, maybe it can get a little complicated, but when your fucking nerd computer just does it all for you, it's not hard, but it is a little easier with the camera, just to make it, a little, I guess it is a little fucking cheat sheet. Oh, TJ. Oh my god, I gotta click that motherfucker. Hold on, here we go, ready? So, Electron boxes. Hey, the Sig Sauer P365 looks fun. And TJ. You mean the 320 with the shake to wake feature? Oh yeah, that's, god, Sig Sauer is in so much trouble. There's no way they're getting out of this shit now. They've been bullshitting so much about the P320. I talked about this on Wednesday a little bit too, but the P320, M17, and M18 from Sig Sauer, like, you know how they say guns don't kill people? People kill people. Except for the 6-hour P20, because that gun now does actually kill people on its own while it's in a holster. It just goes, yeah, this is a good time. At least that's what it looks like to me, you know, just saying. That's my opinion of it. And boy, like I was saying, in the gun world, man, you would think everyone in the gun world was like all gung-ho and just all gun stuff, like on the same side of everything. But even in the land of firearms, there are some fucking extremes this way and that way, and ooh, that's pretty bad, especially on the 6-hour thing. Boy, that's like, God, it's almost as bad as like fucking Trump versus Harris, you know, last year. Like, it is rough. The Alec Baldwin. Yeah, it's funny. They said their new one of the guys said Alec Baldwin should be SIG's new firearms spokesman. Follow my go back to the Beretta. M92 was a fine gun. I don't know that there were that many problems with it. Or Glock now has production and headquarters in the United States. So let's just go with a gun. Because, like, let me tell you, just for kicks, I went to YouTube because I'm interested in the Glock G43X MOS. MOS just meaning it has a thing for a sight on the top. And just for kicks, I went, you know what? Let's see what happens. Glock 43X. I may have said M. It's not M43. Was it Glock 43X misfire? Enter. Nothing. Okay. Glock 43X unintended, whatever, you know, the uncommanded discharge. Nothing. Like, Glocks don't fucking misfire. Like, most Glocks just don't fucking misfire. Why we don't use them, why we don't, like, some of the Berettas have had an issue here and there, but like, Glocks are fucking great. 50 cal Glock. Yeah, could you imagine how would you do like a compact, I'm sure Zenzinger is going to probably answer this. So how would you do a compact 50 caliber, especially if it was 50 caliber rifle rounds? Like, how would you do a pocket size 50 BMG? But like, I know I've seen some that are about 18 inches long total, but I wonder if you could do something smaller that wouldn't completely rip your face off. When Grunts fed the M9 submachine ammo, it cracked the slides and locking blocks. Ooh. Well, that's another use of the Glock. Like, everyone says, like, why isn't the military using Glock? They are tried and true. Like, there aren't many guns out there that do not have an external safety that are as safe as the Glock. The only way a Glock goes off is when you pull the trigger. There is no other way for that to happen, and you have to pull 2 triggers in it because it has a second trigger which acts as one of the many safeties built into it. So I don't know. Rob says there is one. Okay, I'll have to look that up. The old single shot contender pistol, you could change barrels from 22 LR to huge. Well, I mean, like the AR platform, most of the time, like a lot of times you can, depending on the size of the rounds, a lot of times you can take the 5.56 lower. The way I understand it is, I feel like you can pop different size rounds on there with the proper like mag adapters or something like that. The cartridge is about 6 inches long, so nothing less than a 16-inch barrel is going to be a concussion grenade. Well, yeah, that is true too. That is a fucking mat. Like, one of these days, I gotta get a hold of a 50 cal round just so I can put it on the shelf and see how long it takes the shelf to fall over. The Dutch Army uses or used a Glock 17, says PW. That makes fucking sense, man. Glock 17 is a very fucking tried and true and proven firearm, pistol. 17 to 19 to 40. 43X has been out pretty long. They just came out with a slightly newer, like, updated version just to make it easier to use kind of thing. Buy one of those repurposed 50 BMG bottle openers. Okay, I can look for that. Graham Shaw, there you go. Getting to bed, good news. Or good night, everyone. Sleep well, catch you at work. Yeah, you got to get up in what? Just under 6 hours? I liked it very much better than the Browning 911. Yeah, I don't know many people that own Glocks that don't like a Glock. As far as the SIG goes, apparently the P365 isn't too bad, but I feel like I heard there were issues with it at some point. That's fucking great, though, TJ, the shake the wake feature on the fucking P320. That's fucking great. I mean, I don't know, if you're going to build something that is for military and civilian use, fires bullets at a high rate of speed, maybe when you're putting the pieces together, you shouldn't be able to go because all your tolerances are just whatever. 365 or break firing pins. Well, okay, that's it's not as bad as just firing, so okay, I mean, that's an easy enough fix. Just throw some fucking titanium pins in there, or swap out stronger pin and put a lighter spring in it or something. That sounds like the way you would do that. Never owned a gun, only in the army and at a range. Desert Eagle 50 was not friendly to me, says PW. That, a Deagle 50 is not really friendly to anybody. Although I feel like Killer Mike would probably not have a problem with it. Like, I don't understand, like, his little, like, I don't, like, the little Glock he had me, like, firing off at the range, like, I don't understand how he can pick that thing up. I guess that just makes it even more concealed when you can hold it in your hand and your hands are bigger than it anyway. Seems about right. Trigger goes off due to rubber bands breaking. Well, yeah, you don't want to shoot rubber bands at everybody. You know there is a music track playing low on Twitch. Yes, that is on purpose. Because on Twitch, I can stream copyrighted music on the main stream, on the live stream, and there's a second stream right now besides that one that is feeding the same that is on YouTube. So like literally in OBS, I have a safe stream with no copyrighted music, and then I have the Twitch stream, which has the copyrighted music. And Twitch has it set up with that enhanced broadcasting thing and settings and stuff that it will broadcast the copyrighted stream. Then when it saves a video on Twitch, it uses the other feed. So there's no music. So you can't get hit with copyright, but you can still play your music. Just means though, if you're talking about the music and someone watches it later, they're not going to know what the fuck you're talking about, which is also another reason I kind of put that there. One, so people know what they're listening to, and two, if you're watching later and we start talking about the music, you at least have a reference. But yeah, that is on purpose. Twitch gets music, YouTube does not. Is that an AK-47? Yeah, I don't know that there is a tolerance on AK-47s. I'm pretty sure if you pull the trigger and it fires, it's just like, yep, that's good. Yeah, actually, it should be. I don't know how low. I've been actually... And the funny thing is, I can't go back and listen to see how the music is on Twitch because it doesn't save the music on Twitch. So I just rely on my Twitch homies to let me know if the music levels are good, and it seems like we've found a pretty decent level for it. I go to sleep before the men in suits arrive to arrest me. Oh, that's fine. Just keep a mirror for you. If they go to show you something, just hold the mirror up and they'll forget everything they're talking about. So glad I'm on YouTube, says Chippy. Hate that sensory overload. There's a lot of stuff on Twitch. A lot of things going on there. But it's like I said, it's like the channel is now a mullet. You know, we get the fucking, yeah, we got the business up front, party in the back kind of thing. YouTube's just, you know, my normal stream kind of thing. Twitch has got the music. Twitch is going to have the pew pew content. Way more of the pew pew content. But that also means I'm going to have to just record it as well, because with anything on YouTube stays, but that is going to have to be recorded by me so I can see it later. Rasher with 20 euros. Sticker thing. Thanks for being you. Well, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you doing your thing here. 77 kilograms. What's 77? Uh-oh, what did Zen say? I fired a Deagle 50. It was more pleasant than firing the Taurus. Really? The Taurus 410 Judge. Oh, the Judge. Yeah, that Judge could be a little much. Firing buckshot. I was just 170 pounds at the time. Where I'm right now, I'm like 197. At least the Twitch ads have diminished a bit. Yeah, I have no idea how that works. I just know it's supposed to show you an ad about every half hour. It's supposed to do like a minute and a half ad. Supposedly the next one is in 11 minutes. So how you feeling tonight there, Rasher? How you doing this evening? How's your week been? Paul Norman is... Hey, what's up, Paul Norman? You're showing up, not leaving. All right, cool. But is Chippy leave? Oh, yeah, Chippy is leaving. Good night there, buddy. Next time you see my lady, tell her I said the same. Or, tell her I said, hey, like, don't walk up to her in the evening or in the afternoon and go, hey, Scruff said good night. Right? Or Amy's good. She was out today for a little bit. I'm going to feed her tomorrow or Monday. But yeah, her old lady ass is just still doing her thing. Chilling. Doing snake stuff. No ads on YouTube. Yeah, I don't run ads on YouTube. I run ads on Twitch because that unlocks all the cool stuff. And like with YouTube, I can have things turned on without running ads, but with Twitch, you just have to turn it on and that unlocks like pretty much all the stuff. Rasher, I fit windows and doors, built extensions, I like it keeps me fit. Oh, there you go. C2S, I got a High Point 45 ACP just because of the videos of people trying to destroy them. One plugged the barrel with a bolt. Gun didn't care after firing, removed. Oh, the bolt with a bolt. The gun didn't care after firing, removed the bolt fine. Good lord. Yeah, I'm not too interested in 45 at the moment. My goal is to be ready for 5.56, 308, 9mm. And then we'll go from there. I know at some point I'll have something capable of firing 7.92. I mean, right, let's see. Where, okay, hold on. Right there is the Lego version of what'll be my 4th or 5th firearm, assuming everything goes well. That being a Car 98K. There's surprisingly a decent amount of them out there, and that's going to be like a restoration-y thing. But those, it seems like you can pick up decent ones for about $1,000, maybe a little less. Jig is true. With a High Point, you can run out of ammo and still throw it at someone and kill them, or use it to drive nails. Yeah, that is true about those. They are as much of a tool as much as they are a firearm. Zap says, guess I'll be listening to past, present, and future again. What happened? Surprised it didn't burst the barrel. Yeah, I mean, some barrels are overbuilt for a purpose, for a reason. They just want them to be. It's kind of like diesel engines. They're so over fucking built. They last so long because they're overbuilt to make sure they handle the pressures they generate. The best Lego weapon is to just leave a random brick on the floor for someone to try. Yeah, really. Like, and then in your survival gear, have your magazines, your ammo, your grenades, your RPG, whatever your firearm is, and then have a pocket of just 2x2 Legos, squares. I mean, that's going to be probably your most powerful weapon. You just sprinkle them out and just wait for people to start screaming. Those things are fucking rough. And surprisingly, with all the stuff I got in here with Legos, I've only stepped on one brick once, and luckily that was just a 1x1. That wasn't horrible. wasn't horrible. I mean, obviously it sucked because it's a goddamn Lego, but yeah, you know what I mean. Cheers, everybody. Have a smoke, have a sip, pinch a nipple, scratch a butt, give your cat a scritchy scratch, whatever you do. Cheers. Brian Antoine, what's up? A Lego caltrop. Yeah, that's fucking really one drop. Lego landmine. Yeah, it's amazing. The new Lego landmine, one piece. That's pretty much it. Guys, man. Now, when I was younger, I'd stepped on them a lot, especially when surprised. God damn, I gotta trim this up. Especially like I guess in my 20s and like early 30s when I was pretty much into using them for like to build cases for projects. Like at that point, I wasn't like building things like this just because all the Legos I had were just a bucket of Lego. Any kind of set concept was far gone. But I stepped on Legos a lot then because I just dumped them onto the floor, start putting stuff together, you know, go get something to drink, and next thing you know, doink. But since then, like I haven't really stepped on many Legos here, as it were. Bob S, what's up? A UK mains plug with its pins sticking up is deadlier than a Lego to stand on. I have stepped on a couple of US outlet plugs, like the two-prongers without the ground. I don't think I've ever stepped on a grounded one, but yeah, those fucking suck too. Because I think the blades are a little skinnier than a UK one, so those can cut you. Like I've gotten cut off of that once. Lego is nothing compared to a UK 13 amp plug. Okay. Worst accident, caltrop is a D4 die. Oh yeah, the little fucking pyramid. That basically is a D4 die is basically based on a fucking anti-foot weapon anyway. Man, I haven't seen one of them in a while. I don't think I have any of my D&D stuff or my AD&D stuff anymore. Pretty sure it's all gone by now. Man, I wish I would have kept all that second edition shit. That second edition and what was it, like second edition and enhanced or some updated version of the old second edition. Anyway. UK plugs are also bad to sit on, says Benji. You know, Benji, I kind of feel like that depends on your personal choices, preferences, and what you're getting into, because some people may absolutely enjoy that. Plenty experiences with 5E. Now, I had 2 and I guess 2E enhanced or something like that. I had 2 and 2E stuff. Which, last I heard, people fucking, for a long time, a lot of people thought second edition was like the best one. I don't know why, I just happened to hear that at some point. UK plugs are the absolute hell plugs to walk on. Well, yeah, actually, I guess so, because when that thing's sitting, the plugs are straight up. With some American plugs, at least have the option to lay flat. What do we got here? Ow. Thank you, Zenzinger, for the 20 gifted memberships to the Gaggle of Goofballs. What do we got here? Yeah, definitely the wrong kind of butt plug there, Jack Attack. Borked Bits, good name. James Randolph, Stinky Mole, John Key, Lord Elpis, D Wood, Waste Old, Adrian, Renquist, Aeon, Mike Hanley, Laser, Guardian, Paul Tucker, Weasley Woo, Bob S. Colin Morse, and Magnum, and Amelia. All get memberships. Thank you, buddy. Cheers to that. Much appreciated. And next week, while we're dealing with the engine, since Brian Antoine has already given us 100 smackers, well, okay, by the time I get it, about 60, 70 smackers towards the Sterling engine, at some point Wednesday, I'm going to figure out a view here and we'll browse, what was it, Engine DIY? See what our next engine style purchase will be, our next engine-ish project. And hopefully this one will just work and not But I mean, I get it. It's a kind of complicated shit. And this one's a little weirder to work on because the ignition system is weird. But we'll get it. Amelia and Vera are on the missing list. Amelia pops in and out. She gets busy. She's got like a career thing going on. And Vera does her thing. Every once in a while she rolls in here. And that's all good. Well, yeah, I don't believe I've stepped on a 3-pronger with like the 90-degree prong sticking up. Because I guess, yeah, with American plugs being smaller, they have a more tendency to like want to roll over and not just bam. Because those fucking British plugs, they're like that fucking big and flat pancakey spiky bits. Easy there, Fama. Don't give him any fucking ideas. His ass needs to calm down. Because it's so close to real engine, but not quite. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and then right underneath that, Lockwater says, working on another prototype, a little frustrated in the shop. Prototype 12. Yeah, sometimes I feel like this engine's a fucking prototype. I'm saying that I'm looking at the desk, but the engine's in the garage right now. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking over there for. Scrufdog, I will send you a UK3 plug if you fancy trying to stand on one, says Pianoman. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and pass on that. Yeah, I appreciate the offer, but you biscuit heads seem to have your own type of enjoyment of haggis and plug standing, so I don't want to interfere with that. It may be culturally inappropriate. Brian, I've built several of the kits. They aren't hard to build, and you certainly have enough heat sources in the office to set one on. Oh yeah, there's plenty of heat sources in here, but like there's out of all the heat sources in here, there is an actual heat source that's meant to be a fucking heat source, that being the mat under Orihime's fucking snake tank. But yeah, everything else. Let's see, we're streaming right now. The streaming PC is winning, as usual when I'm streaming. The streaming PC is at 320 watts, including the monitors. And the gaming PC, including the monitors, is only at 215 watts. But when I'm gaming and streaming, we're usually close to 1,000 watts total, which gets it fucking warm in here. And then, of course, anything that's turned on is a heat source, especially that battery pack right there. Because these two, while LED, I think they're pulling about an amp, maybe an amp and a half on the Christmas tree. So that usually gets a little bit warm. Or there's just so many things. So yeah, actually, Brian, if you're there Wednesday, we might be able to use some of your recommendations. Why do the biscuit heads even unplug them if they have a switch on the outlet anyway, says Boink. That's a good question, because that is interesting how all the outlets have to have switches on them. Like, that is a code thing, right? If I'm not mistaken, like all the outlets have to have a switch on them. So yeah, why would you unplug anything? I mean, can't you just get like an extension cord and just turn shit off or do something? Haggis, yes. Plug standing, no. Okay, I thought you guys had an event over there for that. Eat as like a haggis eating content while standing or sitting on the plugs. But you can't cheat. You don't sit on one plug. There's two. You ain't gonna try and get that thing positioned just right. 2 plugs when you're doing that. In the lore, how does one know when a haggis is ready to harvest? I believe they make a sound that's not too far from like something like that. It's pretty close to that. It varies from species to species. I hope I didn't just blow everybody's headphones out. I did put a link in Discord where I shop for them. Oh, good. I will look for that. Actually, I don't have Discord open now. I'll look for that then. Good, good. I'm guessing don't I have a separate form for, is that projects, or I'll figure it out. Haggis does not sound very appetizing to me, says Josh. It sounds weird to me, but apparently it's pretty good. So, I mean, whatever. I'll eat the ass out of fucking squirrel if I'm hungry enough. So I ain't that worried about it. The new Ragus is much more dangerous. What is Ragus? There, Pianoman. Is that do you like use, do you use that? Do you make that with sweaters? Wild haggis is wild haggis is very dangerous, Bob. You gotta watch that. Yeah. Big Clive is hunting it. Do you think, Mr. A King? Do you think he's not actually working? Like, maybe that is part of a conspiracy. He may be acting like he's working at the Royal Tattoo, but maybe he's actually out hunting haggis. Ragus sounds like the earnings, like earning one's Red Wings. Welcome to the Ragus Club, lady. But no, I definitely tried like proper haggis that's apparently not legal in the United States because we're just whatever. But I don't know. A haggis got Randy and had his way with a rabbit. The outcome is scary. Big teeth, jumps as high as a tree and tries to shag everything. Perfect. The Ragus. So the mad humping rabbit. Perfect. That's what we need. What is playing here? I got the number 1 spot on a chat a few days ago. Literally, we're just showing up. I got, oh, you mean in the chat thing? Yeah, I don't understand the chat thing. It's so weird. Scotland just got even more danger. Oh, with the rag, yeah, a bunch of ragus. I like it. I wonder if they would hang out with the rabbit with big pointy teeth. Maybe they're homies. Mr. A-Cake says leave rabbits alone. Well, just so you know, Mr. A-Cake, in case you didn't know, on my scum server, my invite-only-ish public, whatever, fucking tiny little scum server, all the rabbits have, I maxed their health out to what I app to the max slider, so all the rabbits have 100x power, so that, to leave the rabbits alone. Not like you can fucking see them anyway. But that being said, I may at some point have a rabbit shooting contest and just give everyone M82s and tell them to try and kill a rabbit, because I imagine that would take a 100x rabbit out, at least in a couple shots. Should probably try that. Make a little rabbit shooting gallery. Doesn't Big Clive hunt wild haggis on the weekends? I believe that is Mondays and Tuesdays, Peter Ferguson. Do believe that's when he does haggis hunting, because they're not expecting it. Most of the haggis hunters go out on the weekends. So the haggis know they can generally relax on the Mondays when, the smell of coffee, covers the island because, everyone's got to go to work. So that triggers, the coffee triggers their relaxation, and then Clive can sneak in, take care of business at that point. Fama says I'm second all the time. I don't even have a thing. Where is it? Oh, Rasher's at the top. Well, that's weird. Rasher's at the top. I'm guessing because of donations, but then like Zen did a donation. Yeah, I have no idea how that shit works and how points are earned or whatever. It's weird. It's like people said, it's YouTube trying to be a little more Twitch-esque. But you don't, like with Twitch, like you get little rewards, you get little unlocks as you do more stuff in channels. With this, you just get a purple thing next to your name. Like, on Twitch, like when you see like the stretch thing or, the toast thing that comes up with that says points, like that's free. Like you earn that just for being on the channel and talking in it, and just literally you could just lurk the whole time and earn points. Then you can use those free points to do little things I put in there. But with YouTube, it just gives you a purple thing. Which, granted, I know some of you really like to get a purple thing every once in a while, but a different kind. You get extra points for sending super chats. Yeah, I know you get that for super chats, but like, why wouldn't you get it for membership donations? That's what I don't get. Yeah, there you go. There's one. C2S with the stretch. Like that's like he earns that just for hanging out and stretch people. At least crack your knuckles, do something like get some blood flowing. Even if you're moving, then stop for a second and stretch. Yeah, just do something. Get a good one on. But yeah, that's a good example. Thanks, our C2S. Like that you get just for hanging out. And then there's one like bits where you can like donate bits and think there's a way you can do, if you have the right plugins, you can actually use bits to purchase. Like I could set up a thing where like someone could like pay like 500 bits, which would be $5. A bit is a penny. And Twitch doesn't get any of that because it's like to buy 100 bits, you have to pay like $1.40. So when you buy them, Twitch is already getting their fee. So whatever bits come to me, I get 100% of them because Twitch already took their cut. But you can like set it up to like play videos and stuff or play music or have different pop-ups, things like that, depending on what extra plugins you have. There is the one plugin I might get, I think it's Stream Elements, where if you do enough or certain emojis, they'll like kind of pop up and like float around the window a little bit and then go away. That one's I like. There's a one that Tyrone Shoelaces uses. It's a game where there's either water or lava on the bottom of the screen and a little bullseye that floats back and forth. And then you type a thing in chat and you can either just drop in, like it looks like you're hitting invisible little like pegs on the way down, or you can parachute in and try to land on the bullseye and you get a chance to get like a free game or something like that. Yeah, there's lots of neat little plugins for Twitch that you just can't do on YouTube. I mean, some of the stuff you can with like Stream Elements or Streamlabs, but Twitch has a lot more built-in stuff. Someone in Russia could send blats. What is that, Bob? Blats? Well, that looks like an actual word too. I don't really think that's a typo. What is that? Zap Sparky going for a walk around my settee? Rob says don't step on any Legos. Yeah, don't step on Legos. Oh. Yeah, there ain't a whole lot of ladies here. Like, do chicks ever like do that with their boobs? Like, give them a stretch or however that works? I mean, if they're just hanging out all day, because I mean, you figure as dudes, we're fairly often doing a pinch and roll on the old sack because that's just hanging out all day. I wonder how that works with boobs. Yeah, general purpose Russian general purpose profanity. General purpose profanity. Sounds like something very technical. Mashed them together. Yeah, I do see chicks like smashing them together every once in a while. I can only imagine that helps get like, I mean, like blood flowing through them, like we do when dudes do when we stretch. I don't know. So I only have like, I think 2 or 3. What is it? Like 2 or 3% of viewers are the lady type. Franco, off to bed. Have a good night, buddy. Appreciate the commands and the things and the stuff, and don't forget to hit refresh and leave a comment after the stream as it helps the channel grow. Yes, it does, Franco. Always appreciate that. As long as there's no underboob sweat, that's awful. Yeah, I've never heard of a lady that enjoyed anything involving underboob sweat. Especially when I was dating someone whose bra size was, and I'm not fucking kidding, double I. Boy, those things showed up before she did. But yeah, I had to use a little bit of underboob powder. Which got a little weird because you had to see where the powder level was if you were diving into those things. Like, almost literally. Cheers, Franco. Have a good snooze. Richard Pryor trying to make one giant boob. Big boob. Oh, for sure. I just watched that they're stretch mashing properly. Is there a technique? Oh yeah, TJ, that was a running gig. Like her tits showed up like 5 minutes before she did. I mean, like it was like driving. Like she had to kick the seat back because her boobs just got in the steering wheels. Like she had to pick her vehicles carefully to make sure her boobs fit in there. It was fucking funny. Johnny Cash blasting out on Twitch. I love Cash is always good, well, generally good for some chill music because even his like more like upbeat stuff is still kind of just fucking chill. You know what I mean? Johnny Cash is fucking man. Coming up, spitting paste and with a white face. What are we talking about here again? Punch bag, uppercut, jab. Punching bag? What were we punching bowls? When two women with big boobs embrace, do they embrace offsets of their boobs interlock like Tetris pieces? I do kind of notice that, Bob, as I have actually tried to observe that, and that is usually what happens. There does seem to be a slight shift to interlock boobage that I've noticed, I will say. You and your former girlfriend. Oh, yeah, well, no, yeah, you could usually tell before you get too far in. Did she wear a bra or use a wheelbarrow? Depending on what where the laundry was there, Bob. Depending on the laundry. Rasher, most women are false as fuck, false lips, false ass, fake nails, height's wrong because of shoes, fake boobs, skin colors, different speech. Yeah, that's, I don't know. Like, I gotta agree with you on that one there, Rasher, though. That does seem to be the trend nowadays. I bet she could breastfeed a crench. What is a crench? It's more Google. Yeah, I mean, she was basically a prison or jailhouse. Oh, I'm sure they'd fucking love that if that's what you're talking about. Big boobs are the breast. They're the breast. Yeah. When the boobs are big in a hug, there's so much more between. You're sharing so much in between you. I'm picturing something like a C-stand on wheels with a boob bracket for double eyes. They were like, I mean, look, there was always the advantage if we ever took a plane trip somewhere and we fell out, you could just whip her bra out and it's a double fucking parachute. So, I mean, there was always that built-in safety feature. It's fucking her bras were like she's one of her like her cheapest bra, which were like you could tell like the quality was meh. That was like 70-80 bucks. And of course she had back problems, but it's apparently not that uncommon for ladies with the big boobage, unless like bolster holster technology has improved enough that back pain isn't as much of a thing. But I don't know. Drive by boobs. Yeah, pawn arm. Like she actually did. She could do that. She showed me. Like I can drive pretty well with my knees. She could actually drive fairly okay with her boobs. She actually had a technique. She could kind of steer a little bit with them too. Interesting. Those larger bras are like rough canvas torture devices. Yeah, these weren't too bad. You could tell they had to use some heavier duty materials, especially in the straps. Even though they were wider straps, wasn't that dissimilar from shit that's on my fucking outdoors gear. if they enjoy it, you get nipply popping. Nipply popping there, Fama. Nipply popping. Sorry, I had to say that another moment. Kevlar. That was like Booblar there, see to us, not Kevlar. That was like Booblar. Yeah. Like her, even if it went through the bra, they'd probably bounce off of those things. They were pretty, they were just firm enough, you know, just right. Seatbelt material for the shoulder straps. It was pretty much not far off. It was definitely some fucking heavy duty shit. Yeah. And yes, Rob did beat you to the seatbelt thing there, Boink. At least according to my screen. Actually, yeah, it should have been the same over there, I'm guessing. Well, so now we're just all talking about boobs. Okay. What's a zebra? A few sizes bigger than an A. A zebra. Anchor chains. Yeah. It is interesting when you see, like, how a lot of her back problems weren't that far off from mine. Just the interesting similarities when there's no similar causes, I guess. Like my back and issues were from, you know, when I was riding BMX when I was a kid and just crashed a lot. Because, you know, the first time you try a fucking flip, you're probably not going to make it. And, like, it kind of hurts and you land on bad things. But hers were just because her boobs were so goddamn big. And apparently they were like that. She said like 11 or 12, they just came out and suddenly she was almost as tall. Her running gag was her tits came out so big when she was so young. Her tits stuck out almost as far as she was tall. So, and that's her thing. Like I thought that was funny too. But the wank bank access. Now there's definitely no wank bank there. That's there's nothing left of that to even think about. Must be a lot of weight. Yeah, they were. I tried to measure them once, but it didn't really work out right. Just because there's no great way to get all the weight of them there unless they were, you know, unless they're like fucking milk bags. But these weren't. So, like, there's too much of it. Just, I don't know. Yeah, I used to jump ditches with the BM. Oh, I did all kinds of dumb shit with BMX. If she wore a backpack, the weight would balance out her boob. Yeah, actually, she could probably put the strap just underneath to work as a hell of a ballast. When you're a gentleman and offer to carry them for her all the, yeah, actually I would every once in a while. I'd just walk around holding her boobs up. And it was funny, I did that once. I just walked up to her, just stuck my arm under and lifted, and she almost fell backwards because she didn't see what I was doing at first. And then she stopped and went, wow, that's actually nice. Like, so I would do that every once in a while just to like give her a break. That was funny as shit. She actually enjoyed that. 3 types of bras: the Catholic type, the Salvation Army type, and the Baptist type. It is really all quite simple. The Baptist type supports the masses, the Salvation Army type lifts up the fallen, and the Baptist type makes mountains out of molehills. Nice. All right. Well, we got about 10 minutes left as we've relegated all the way down to boob talk. Big knockers often lead to spinal stenosis. Not good. Yeah, actually, it seems like weight in general can have an issue with that, from what I understand. If she was really tall, she was 5'10", so kind of. She could have rested them on your shoulders and kept your ears warm. We kind of worked that out. If I was sitting down on like a short back chair, you know, like something under my shoulders, like she would kind of come in and lean on one shoulder with her arm, like on the back of the chair with like her hand on my shoulder, and then her boobs would just like come down on the other shoulder. Luckily, my arm was never knocked out of joint, but yeah, she would often rest them sort of like that. I'd rather be a Baptist than a Baptist. I totally agree with that there, Rob. That is absolutely. What did one saggy boob say to the other, asks Jack Attack. We'd better get some support or people are going to think we're nuts. Yeah, luckily, I haven't had to date anybody with, that's that old yet. I've always dated older chicks, but not that old. Of course, now I'm old, so I guess that's kind of going to be where that ends up. Dinner. Ask C2S. I don't know. I might order a pizza. I haven't had a pizza in a while. I kind of feel like having a pizza. And if Marco's is open, I'm going to order a deep dish pizza with bacon, sausage, onions. Yeah, basically a bacon, what I call a bacon cheeseburger pizza. I usually don't get extra cheese anymore because, like that, especially them, they give a pretty good amount of cheese. But ground beef, bacon, I might get sausage on there if they got a 4-topping thing. But your basics is ground beef, bacon, and onions for bacon cheeseburger pizza. And sometimes I'll get spicy Italian sausage put on there if there's like a 4-topping deal kind of thing. And I'll see what else they got. Maybe a little snack thing on the side. Must have looked like a couple of bald-headed convicts trying to break out of jail. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, they're that. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Anchovies and pineapple, says C2S. Nah, I wouldn't even try that. I've tried pineapple on pizza. It's not bad. Not really my thing. Like, it's one of the things I could eat it and I go, yeah, I don't really like it, but I understand why some people would. Like, I get that. But yeah, pineapple on pizza just ain't my thing. Just anchovies. I don't know that I would ever try anchovies. Which doesn't make sense because, like, I enjoy sushi, but I feel like I've smelled anchovy pizza, and while I enjoy sushi, anchovies are super fucking fishy. Like, they are fishier, way fishier than just about any sushi or sashimi I've ever had. So, yeah, I don't really foresee me ever doing anything anchovy related. Rob Stooge says pizza sausage always has those bone chunk surprises. Not worth it. Yeah, I've run into that before at some pizza places, and some pizza places like Marcos. I haven't run into that yet. What's up, Phasma? Actually, yeah, here we got about 5 minutes to go, but that's all right. Appreciate you swinging through, hanging out while we're talking about pizza. Gray alien women are flat. Yeah, I've noticed that the grays they really don't have much boobage going on there. It's kind of disappointing. But yeah, no, actually, Marco's Pizza. I haven't had any of their. When I've gotten their Italian sausage, I haven't had any with that little bit of basically gristle in it. Wow, that would be the last pizza I got from that place. Yeah, no, like I said, I've seen some places that there is gristle in the fucking sausage, but not in the ground beef, which is where you expect it. But I don't get that. But Marcos, they're not having any problems with them. Luckily. Well, yeah, I'm gonna see if they close. I think they close at 9. Yeah, they usually close at 9, so I should be good to order pizza here. Get out of here in about 3-ish minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. Order pizza. See what else they got. But yeah, I think I'm gonna order deep dish pizza from them. Anchovies are too salty. Yeah, it's super. Like I haven't eaten one, so I wouldn't know. But I can smell the fishy, salty. Yeah, there's definitely salt in that smell too. It's Israeli airstrike kills at least 10, including 6 children at Gaza water station, says health officials. Oh, yeah, Rasher. Man. Whew, if we had more time, I'm sure you'd have plenty to say, but I assume you've been here most of the time. You've heard me talk about my pew pew. Just so you're aware, it is designed, it is built here in the USA, merely an hour and a half north of where I am in Middletown, Pennsylvania. It is, however, designed by the IWI, which is the Israeli weapons industry. So the AR-15 I am getting is an Israeli designed firearm, which, being at war pretty much their entire existence, comes out to a pretty fucking sturdy gun, I'll tell you what. Who's bad? Anchovies on the pizza makes my shoes smell for days. Is that because they fall off? Or is there something else going on there? What's that electron box? That looks like something that may be related to what I just spoke about. Right. Pianoman, I've not had anchovies for decades. Yeah, me either. I haven't had anchovies for at least 48 years. Because, no. Smell like anchovies. Like, do your feet just stink like that? I mean, actually, I have heard of people, you eat certain things, like your sweat and everything. Well, when I was vegan, I could smell, like a lot of people did kind of smell like sour milk. Hebrew for peace. Oh, okay. And no, I didn't pick it for any political or whatever else reasons. It's just a quality firearm for the price range. Donato's chicken or beef mariachi. Donato's chicken or beef. I don't know. I usually lean. See, the problem is I usually lean more towards chicken, but if I'm not going to go do something different, that's when I get the beef or the red meat thing, because I eat a lot of chicken at the house. Would America blow up the world to cover up one man's lover for 14-year-old girls? Probably. At this point, America will do whatever as long as they get enough money for it, and then they'll come up with another reason and hide it, and it's all bullshit. It's government, and all that is just money nowadays. That's all it is. It does it. As long as you got money, nobody's going to do shit to you, no matter what they say. It's fucking ridiculous. But anyway, top of the hour toast, and then I'm going to go order said pizza. Well, I'm going to sit here and order the pizza. But curry comes out of your pores too. Yeah, I definitely smell spicy. Like the day after, I know people have had good quality curry anyway. Why do older women have, what do older women have between their breasts that younger women don't? A navel. Ha ha. There you go. All right. Cheers, everybody. Top of the hour toast before we get out of here. Shalom sounds like put on a scarf in Dutch, and they say it when it's greater than 40 degrees Celsius. It all started when a guy stole a pen and covered it up. What, covered up the pen with like a piece of paper? What's up, David Garcia? I don't think I've said anything to you today yet. Interesting stream. Oh, my streams are always all over the fucking place. You know that. But that's because I'm all over the fucking place. Dude report. Dude is doing good. He is still scared of thunderstorms. Like my cats, the Bowls, as it would be. The other cats, they're fine because they've never dealt directly with a thunderstorm. But we had a thunderstorm the other night, and he was like running around, and eventually he just ran to his little spot in the basement. So, I mean, this is his first summer, I'm guessing, like ever being in a house. So he doesn't know that thunderstorms are okay. So what I did, like when he ran down there, I went down with him for a little while. I didn't want to soak all his time up. I I don't want to be down there too much, you know, so he can have time to get used to it and then time with me so he knows it's okay. But I was kind of hanging out with him for a little while during the storm the other day. So yeah, I'm guessing he's just, you know, in his life up until now, every time there's a thunderstorm, he would just have to get the fuck out of there. So, funny, since you know it's way quieter in the house versus outside. Yeah, it's still pretty loud in here. There's some good crashes. But yeah, besides that, like, he's been hanging out. He's been sitting, like, before he would, like, that one little video I released where he's just sitting there facing me, staring at me, waiting for me to pet him and, like, reaching up and stuff. He still does that, but then also, like, once it gets to the point where I just need to kind of, like, not pet him for 15, 20 minutes, then I kind of relax a little bit. A lot of times he'll just circle and just sit right there now, as opposed to, like, sitting somewhere else. So he's definitely, like, he's like my fucking shadow when I'm walking around and stuff, so. But he's doing good. I saw his brother a couple days ago sitting on the car out back, the neighbor's car, just chilling, doing his thing. So the dude and the dude brother are doing good. So with that, I am going to head on out of here. There's no cats at the CatCam. By this coming Saturday, I should have the new cat camera hooked up so we can get some pan, tilt, and zoom, as it were. This is a heavy little fucker. Should have that up for next Saturday, and we'll go from there. So, I will see everyone some of you Wednesday for engine modifications and stuff. Thursday we have, what is it? I think it's another Mexican thing. Mexican style chicken stew for Thursday's MRE. This is Thursday, or this is MRE week. How much was the new cam? Nah, $99 for it. I showed it once when it was plugged in. Do I have an extra plug sitting in here? I used to have an extra USB plug just sitting here so I could plug shit into it. Is that what this is? I don't know which ones this is plugged into. I feel like this is plugged into a charger. See if anything bing bongs when I plug it in, or if it just blows up. Get in there. No bing bong, so that's just plugged into a charger. Okay, but yeah, no, I was like, somebody on here, I forget who it was, recommended it, and that goes only, like I said, it's only $99, and it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I will talk to you guys then. So have a good rest of your weekend, and be groovy to each other. And I am out of here. Oh no, that's a OBS pan tilt zoom, and I just heard a noise. They're a lock watcher, OBS bot, PTZ, like their little whatever. I think it's 1080. What happened? There's Zen gifting 10 more memberships before we go, like he tends to do. Butt ahead. We got one going to Craig, Paul Reynolds, GIHNP, Vanessa, Bob, N. Osborne, Jim Harrington, Delta Engine, Peter Harkins, Robin M. Jr. I think that's everybody. Much obliged there, Zen. Cheers. All right. I'm going to get on out of here. So, talk to everybody Wednesday, or Thursday, or next Saturday. Either way, have a good weekend. Thank you again, everyone that donated to the channel, and I'll see you next time. So, have a good one, and I am out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See ya.